Alright. Looks like everything's turning on. Lights look okay. And my charger right here just in case. I think we are all set. We'll just wait on some people to start coming on in. I'll turn the lights a little bit. There we go. That looks a little bit better. That's the one problem with this new room, is that the lighting over here in the corner is really, really rough. Hey JD, hey Random Onomatopoeia, how's it going? A few people coming on in. So yeah, we're just going to be unboxing a lot of Sonic stuff. We're going to start with the DC Sonic stuff, and then we'll see where we go from there. Not really any big plans for tonight. It really is just going to be pretty relaxed, just going through some stuff and trying to fix a cord that is driving me crazy right now. Come on. I'm still trying to figure out the lighting setup over here. Oop. Should I count this as an upload number 51? You can if you want to count this as number 51 of the Black Arachnia upload stuff. Oh man, Queen Stoge is eating chili dogs as we speak, so we might as well go ahead and get started. Yeah, I guess we're gonna go ahead. Yeah, I want to start with this. So, I'm sure everyone's aware of this. If not, Sonic and DC Comics had a crossover a while back, and oop, this is from Lay. Hey Ron, good timing. All right, hell yeah. Queen Stoge has never had a chili dog before. Onomatopoeia, it's messing with me that they fixed House Suit. Okay. And then Daniel says, hello, RonBonDujon. Hello, hello. Flamelord says, hello. Hello, Flamelord. So, yeah, we're just gonna... Oh, hey, Cheesemas. Oh, Cheesemas feels like crap. I'm sorry. I need to turn my phone brightness up. I can barely see anything on the visor. Okay. Oh, I'm doing pretty well, Queen Stoge. How are you? Is everyone still able to see and hear me? I had to step away real quick to turn the brightness up on my phone. I could not see anything on the screen all that well. Cheesemas not feeling good. And Flamelord says cat. Alright. Oh, hey, Cappy the Captain. How's it going? So, as I said, Sonic and DC, they did this crossover a while back. They've done a whole bunch of figures, and it only feels right to actually open up this first. The way that this came out is that you had a few multi-packs like this that gave you a DC hero and the Sonic character. Then there was the 5-inch line that is a lot more articulated, better painted. Hey, Rhythm Lensman, how's it going? But these are just the Sonic characters. And then they also did these blind bags, but these blind bags had the same figures as from the 2-packs, with a few exclusives. Like there was an exclusive Wonder Woman. And then when you get into Series 2, there were a bunch of characters that only came out in these blind bags. So, there were a lot of releases of these guys. A lot of different ways to get these designs if you were into it. Oh, Rhythm Lensman, I'm pretty excited for the weekend. Yeah, Queen, I don't know how long they did the blind bags for. They did 2 waves. And, I'll show you a wave 2 guy here I got. So, oh, well... I guess that's the first thing we're opening tonight. But in Wave 2, there was a blue Batman. There was a Rouge as Catwoman and Dr. Eggman as Lex Luthor. That's one I really want that I was never able to find. And I was kind of worried about getting these blind bags until the Target I went to, someone did the trouble of already opening them for me. So I was able to know who I got. But I guess, here's the first one we... unboxed by accident. It is Rouge as Catwoman, which out of all of the DC crossovers, that's one of the better ones. Like, I think Rouge and Catwoman makes a whole lot of sense. But what's even better... Oh, wow, there's a different plastic tie in there. Okay. No wonder they didn't steal the things after they opened the bag. You have to get through tape and twist ties still. Ah. What's the best way to do this? I guess the best way is to just go like this. There we go. Also, it's kind of weird. They came in like an Easter egg shape. Huh. Be a good little gift for Easter. But alright, we got Rouge Catwoman. I actually really like this costume. Like, here's the thing. Obviously, with the visor, these are very clearly like Catwoman's goggles, and you got like the ears. But Rouge has worn stuff like this before. So if you just want like a Rouge in like more of a full body suit, this would just work on a Sonic display, I think. Like, that's what I'm saying, is like I feel like this is a cool character pairing because Rouge and Catwoman already have a lot of very similar character traits and a very similar feel to their aesthetic. Yeah, Rhythm Lensman, that's absolutely why they put them in those plastic. It's to make it harder to figure out who it is. Hey, Taz! So, we've opened up Rouge by accident, but now, let's open up Sonic and Flash. So, I actually have started to read the crossover, and a 20-foot tall Eggman statue. Real talk, it'd be nice to get an Eggman in, like, this scale. Because the only Eggman from this line they did was the 2.5 inch scale. Hey, Golden Flames, how's it going? So, like, I would prefer Eggman in this scale, just so he would better scale with these guys. Let's see here. So, this is the first time that Jakks has done DC characters that weren't massive. Because they did, like, those big, like, 4-foot tall, like, Batman and Superman years ago. But they've never done, like, just a normal action figure. These guys are about 5-inch scale, so they're not going to go with McFarlane or Mattel. But they do scale pretty well with, like, the Sonic characters. And overall, I think the painting and sculpting on them are pretty decent. Like, good sculpting on the Flash, good head sculpt. I like that head sculpt on Flash. The eyes are a little bit bugged out, but I can live with that. Articulation. You have a ball joint. Oh, wow. There's a double jointed ball joint. There is a double ball joint in the head. That is absurdly nice for a figure this cheap. Okay. Tiny butterfly joint down here in the shoulder, as well as a universal, and then you have an upper arm cut. You have double jointed elbows. Jesus, okay. Then you have a universal down here on the wrist. You have a nice abdomen joint and a waist joint. And you have, ooh, the hips aren't that great, but still they're there, ball hips. And then you have upper leg cut, double jointed knee. And then down here you have, oh wow, you have a boot cut and also an ankle rocker and back and forth. That's like better articulation than some Marvel Legends. And this guy is $15 with the Sonic toy, which would have been $5 by itself. So this Flash is a $10 Flash. And sure, he's at a weird scale, but this is a really nice little Flash toy. Holy shit. This is I was expecting, like, okay, right? I was expecting this to be like, well, I guess I'll pinch my nose and just accept that I have to get this Flash. Queen, let me go get a McFarlane Flash. I'll be right back. Ooh, alright, I'm back. So, here is another berry. This is the new DC Direct berry, but it's basically a multiverse berry. You can see he's a lot shorter. And then here's my McFarlane Superpowers Flash. So you can see our Flash here in the middle is about 5 inches tall. Hey, Spider Dad, how's it going? It's weird, he's 5 inches tall. His articulation is... Yeah, Scott, I was able to see that comment. I saw it come through. This Flash, in terms of posability, is on par, if not slightly better than this Flash. Like, there's more points of articulation to that one, believe it or not. Obviously, I think this is the better Flash, because, it has a little bit better paint and better sculpting. I think it's a bit larger. But also, just to point this out, hey, Shardik, just to point this out, that Flash, $30. 15 $15 Flash. And also, $5 Sonic Toys. So that's a $10 Flash. And also, this would nowadays be a $15 to $20 Flash because the McFarlane Superpowers guys went up. So this is the cheapest Flash out of the three, but he's really impressive. He's a really good Barry. He is a very good Barry. I'm sorry, I was not expecting this. I thought that the Jakks DC figures were going to be okay. And I was going to say, okay, they're not going to be great, but I'm going to buy Wonder Woman and Flash because I really like Wonder Woman and Flash, and it would be easier to do that than to try my luck with the blind bags. But having gone through it, this is a really amazingly nice Flash. It is a really good Flash, and I'm kind of blown away by it. Again, this is probably my favorite Flash in my collection. This is the new DC Direct. When it comes to Barry, this is my favorite Barry Allen in my collection. But for value, for sheer value, I think this Flash blows him out of the water. Because it's all the same points of articulation, and it still looks decent, Like, sure, the eyes are a bit bugged out, but I still think the sculpting is good. Like, this is a very good Flash. And again, he's not alone, so, you know what, all the berries can hang out for a sec while we get Flash Sonic out. Oop. Come on. Here we go. Oh, there's going to be more twist ties. There's a lot more twist ties. There we go. I hate twist ties. They're the bane of my existence. So someone said this is a redeco. Yes, this Sonic is a redeco of the 2-inch scale pointing Sonic. I actually have the Sonic that this is. Almost all of the DC 2.5-inch scale guys are repaints. There's a few that are new, like Amy Wonder Woman is a new mold, at least her head is, and the Eggman is new. But most of them are just repaints that occasionally have like a cape glued to them. This Sonic is entirely a repaint. There is new sculpting to give him a belt in his torso, but other than that, this is a straight repaint of Sonic. Even still, looks decent. I like him. Put him right there. Oop, one sec. Stand up, Flash. Like, I like this. Here's the thing. When I bought this $15 pack, I thought, okay, I'm really spending $15 on this, and then I'm gonna, give this Flash to someone. That is a really nice Barry. I still like this Sonic. He's still, the reason I bought the pack. But, oh, come on, Barry. Keep it together, man! I'm really taken with it. Okay. Berries, I'm sorry, I don't need you anymore. Also, here is Flash Sonic with Catwoman Rouge. I want to go straight to the Wonder Woman, because I want to know how this Wonder Woman is as a figure now. Because I was really picky, right? I didn't get the Cyborg Tails 2-pack, and I didn't get the Superman Knuckles 2-pack, and I don't think I have the 2.5-inch scale Knuckles. With how nice these two are, I'm definitely going to get that Superman. If this Wonder Woman is anywhere near as nice as that Flash, I'm going to get that Superman. Taz, there is not a Rouge Catwoman 2-pack. The only way to get Rouge is in the Series 2 blind bags right now. And it's the same way with the Lex Luthor Dr. Eggman. All right, let's open it up. So, I'm going to say this. This is my rant for the night, right? I feel for the most part, the pairings were really solid. Like, okay, Sonic and Flash, great pairing. Perfect pairing. Batman Shadow, good pairing. Solid pairing. Rouge Catwoman, that might be the best pairing they did. Eggman Lex Luthor makes a lot of sense. I am going to say this. I think they got Amy and Knuckles wrong. I think Amy got paired with Wonder Woman because girl, and then Knuckles got paired with Superman because they're the last of their kind and they're the strong one. I think that should have been switched. I think it should have been Knuckles with Wonder Woman and Amy with Superman. And hear me out, right? Knuckles is from an island nation. He is from an ancient culture. He is the most powerful member of that ancient culture. He is the warrior mindset amongst his team. He's the one who is the most on board with killing if it's a matter of honor. He has pride as one of his defining characteristics. Knuckles and Wonder Woman make more sense together. Even their island names. Themyscira is called Paradise Island, Angel Island. Their island nations are similar. And then as for Amy and Superman and Amy are both the moral barometers of their respective teams. Superman's big heart is just like Amy's big heart. Amy was the one who realized that Gamma had a soul and convinced Gamma to free the other E-Series robots. And also, just like Superman, she sees the best in everyone. Even characters like Metal Sonic, Amy sees that there's good in them somewhere. And moreover, this is just now my own fan fiction, okay? I want to see a conversation between Wonder Woman and Knuckles, because again, their cultures are so similar. But what I really want to see is I want to see a conversation between Superman and Amy. Because a thing that a lot of people don't realize about Superman is happily married to Lois Lane. And he has been for like 20 years in the comics now. Like, Superman and Lois are like one of the most beautiful, perfect couples in all of comics. But Lois is not Superman's first love. The first person Superman fell in love with was Lana Lang back in Smallville. And then she broke his heart before he went to Metropolis. So how nice would it have been for Superman to be like, hey, I'm seeing how you love Sonic, but Sonic doesn't return it. It's okay if you get your heart broken. There's life and hope after you get your heart broken. That's my spiel. I like most of the pairings. But the two that I really don't like is I think Wonder Woman should have been with Knuckles, and Superman should have been with Amy. But of course they won't do that because, girl pack, girl 2-pack, we can't, Knuckles and Wonder Woman, no girls allowed. I hate this. Come out, get out. I really want to see the comic where Wonder Woman and Knuckles are just beating the shit out of each other. Scott, I agree. Blaze would have been a great pick for Wonder Woman, especially because, hey, they're both literally warrior princesses. That said, Blaze is not one of the main Sonic characters. That's the reason why Blaze isn't here. Okay. Looking at Wonder Woman, I like the head sculpt a lot more. That's a good Wonder Woman. The joints look a little bit weirder just because, unlike Flash, this is just like her shoulder that's like in pieces. Same thing with your elbow. Also, really big ankles to accommodate the joint. But all the articulation is still really solid. I think Flash is the better figure, but this Wonder Woman is still really nice. Still has a lot of good articulation. The skirt kind of gets in the way. But you can definitely play around that. Only single-jointed knees. Flash had double-jointed. Also, same thing with the elbows. Only single-jointed elbows, whereas Flash had double-jointed. Weird. Also, Scott, I agree. Blaze deserves a lot more love. Then again, like, every Sonic character who isn't named Sonic or Tails or Shadow needs more love. Queen, lasso would have been nice. I would have preferred a sword. Like, for me, if Wonder Woman can only ever have one accessory, I think she should come with a sword, and then the lasso should be the secondary. She's Miss Femboy Knuckles would be pretty funny. Just Knuckles and, like, the same thing, like the skirt. Yeah, hell yeah. Oop. So here's the Amy. Ooh, Surgeon Harley Quinn. Okay, I can kind of dig that. I remember, oh, hey, Transformers Tai. I'm gonna let you guys know this. I was actually going to make a video. Who would be Bane? I'm trying to think, like, are there any Sonic villains? Are there any Sonic villains that, like, make themselves tougher? For some reason, I want to say, like, Snively. Like, from the Archie comics and Sat AM. Like, Eggman's nephew, Snively. And the only reason I say that is because Snively is, like, weirdly smart and manipulative. And that kind of feels like that could go well with Bane, because he's so much smarter than you'd assume him to be. That's the only one I can think of, though, because not a lot of Sonic characters go from, like, weak to strong. At least when it comes to villains. Because almost all the villains are, like, either more, like, anti-heroes, like the Babylon Raiders, or they're Eggman and a Badnik. I mean, I guess... Oop. Thank you for stopping in, Transformers Tai. I guess maybe, like, Zavik? Like, maybe if you get the Zeddy in? Maybe Zavik and Bane? Does that work? Because it kind of feels like I'm just pairing up two dudes who are big. I don't know if Zavik and Bane are that interesting as a duo. I just don't know. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, I was going to make a video. Because I had a big list of, like, these are the characters who I think would be really cool to see pair up. And, like, I remember a few of them were, like, I thought Omega should pair up with Superboy. And I thought that Shadow should pair up with Red Hood instead of Batman. He should pair up with Jason. Because I thought Shadow losing Maria, Jason losing his mom, I thought that would make a lot of sense. Harold loves Train. I also thought Eggman should have teamed up with Gorilla Grodd instead of Lex Luthor. Because I like the pairing of Lex Luthor and Eggman, but I feel like Gorilla Grodd would be even more interesting because Gorilla Grodd is able to be telepathic. He can read Eggman's mind. So it would have been cool to see, like, Eggman trying to scheme around that. But yeah. Oh, Robo Warrior, I'm glad you liked the Heatwave video. I wish I could remember offhand more of the DC Sonic pairings I came up with, because I was pretty proud of a few of them. Who did I say should go with Surge? That's what I'm trying to remember now. Vanny, I totally agree. I think Lex would hate Eggman. And I also think, like, to me, the interesting part of Lex and Eggman is seeing who would betray who first. Anonymous, I get Harley, but there's something about Surge and Harley where it's like, I feel like we're pairing them up just because they're crazy. I'll look it up later. Maybe I'll still make that video. The reason I didn't make that video is because I felt like people are kind of over this crossover now. So it probably wouldn't do super well view-wise. But someone said, I don't think Eggman would work with... I don't think Eggman would work with Grodd because he's an animal. To me, that's another interesting thing, though. It's like Eggman would, like, be lowering himself to work with Grodd. But then Grodd feels like he's lowering himself to work with a human like Eggman. So, like, there's this... I don't know, I like it. It's really cool. Rhythm Lensman, opinion on my debate, scroll up. Rhythm Lensman, I'm going to try to scroll up, but every time I try to scroll up, it makes me try to ban someone. So I'm going to see what I can do. Ever since they did an update... Ever since they did the update, the phone update... Yeah, it's not letting me scroll up. Okay, one sec. Rhythm Lensman, I'm having a debate on if Nightwing and Superman are similar. My argument is that they are both comics and animated media shows they are. His argument is that they aren't because the context of the video is talking about television and is only referring to live action ones. So, Rhythm Lensman, in the comics, Superman and Nightwing are very similar because Dick Grayson was almost like, if you go back and read Dick Grayson's time as Robin, it was almost more like he was the sidekick to Superman sometimes. Like, Superman was very present for the training of Dick Grayson, to the point that he calls himself Nightwing because that's a former identity of Superman. Like, I know this might sound like I'm making a joke, but, like, Superman is basically Dick's second dad. So Nightwing and Superman are very similar in that way. And that's why Dick is so much more happy and optimistic, is because he had someone like Superman in his life. In terms of live-action shows and movies, they're not similar at all, but that's because almost every adaptation of Nightwing sucks. Like, I don't think there's ever been a good adaptation of Dick Grayson. There's good Robins, but even, like, Teen Titans Robin, which I think is probably, like, the best adaptation of Robin, that's a Robin that has, like, a little bit of Dick and a little bit of Jason and a little bit of Tim. Every Robin that's ever been, like, a proper Dick Grayson, they've always made him, like, really pathetic and weak to big up characters like Damian and Batman. And the few times where they haven't tried to drop him out, they treat Dick like a joke. Or they make him ultra grimdark. And that's just not who he is. Like, Dick Grayson is the perfect leader. He's the happy one. He's the one who makes jokes. But he's like the living proof of it's the happy ones you gotta be careful about. Because Dick is, like, the most dangerous member of the Bat Family. He's the one who could call anyone in and could get help. He's the one who could hide all the bodies. But he never would because he's a good guy and he has a good heart. Let's go ahead and open up the blind bags. So, as I said, the Wave 1 guys were great because there's a code on the back that you were able to use to figure out who you were getting. And then the Wave 2 guys did not have that. But for some reason, when I went to this Target, all the bags were already ripped open. So I was able to see who they had. So I got Rouge. And this is, I'm pretty sure, Green Lantern Silver. It is indeed Green Lantern Silver. I'm not a big fan of Silver. I don't dislike Silver. It's just, if you tell me to name Sonic characters, it's probably going to take me a minute to get to Silver. Yeah, Scott. So, in the crossover, Silver and Jon Stewart team up, which I actually really like, because Jon, he's like the confident military man. He's the one who is self-assured. Silver, you know, there's times where he is very self-conscious. There's times where he doesn't have that resolve, or he doesn't know if he's doing the right thing. So I think, like, having someone like Jon, who is so capable, and yet also is able to nurture other people's talent, it is actually a really good dynamic for the 5 seconds we saw it in the comic. Oh God, you're right. So random onomatopoeia, you're right. But also, for some reason in this crossover, Jon is also wearing Hal's costume. And to be fair, that was Jon's original look. It took a while for him to get his iconic mosaic costume. I don't like it. That's the reason why I didn't get this 2-pack, is because I did not like that they didn't give Jon his famous costume. But, yeah, that's it. I like this. Brutaku, Brotaku, I totally agree with you. I think it's a major missed opportunity that the Transformers Sonic crossover just gave us Robot Sonic, Robot Tails, and, like, not even, like, classic mecha. Because, like, I'm not saying make it Metal Sonic, right? But I do think that that Transformers Sonic crossover should have looked like it came from the same factory as Metal Sonic. Optimus Prime is a Blue Lantern. I mean, Scott, when they changed the future, they killed Blaze. So I'm going to say yes. Just like John, Silver has well, no, that was Hal who found his girlfriend in the fridge. But yes, they did fridge Blaze, so there we are. Oh, hey, Jake. I have. I have the fans hobby Astro Train, if that's what you're talking about. I'm trying to think like who Guy Gardner would team up with in some Antoine. Oh my god, it would be Guy Gardner and Antoine. Because they both have that similar thing where like they're kind of the rival, but they're schmucks. And they do get better, but not much better. Wait, the fridge happened to Kyle? I thought the fridge happened to Hal. I thought that was part of what led to the city being destroyed. Huh. Okay. Well, you know what? We've talked enough about dead girlfriends. Let's let's get back to Sonic. Sonic, which if you read the Archie comics, is no stranger to dead girlfriends. Oh, look, it's Shadow Batman. I do like this. I do think Shadow and Batman, that's an obvious pairing, but it's a good one. I still think it should have been Shadow and Red Hood, because I think Jason, when written well, and Shadow, when written well, are similar. But there's a really nice moment in the comic. I don't want to give spoilers, right? But this happens early, so I don't think it's a spoiler. There's a part where the Justice League and the Sonic characters are teaming up, and Shadow is like, I'm not going to work with you losers. And Batman steps forward and just says, so who did you lose? Like, Batman basically says, I know why you're acting like this, because I acted the same way before I teamed up with Superman in the Justice League. I know you've lost someone. And it's like, that's a weirdly nice moment between Shadow and Batman. Like, they're empathizing with each other's grief. Who would the Chaotix team up with in DC? I want the Chaotix to team up with Plastic Man. Like, I can't think of another team I want the Chaotix to team up with, but I want the Chaotix with Plastic Man. Maybe like, Oh, Jake, I really liked that Cell and Metal Sonic death battle. I thought it was cool. Anonymous did... Oh, so Harold, what is the fridge? One of the Green Lanterns. People are saying it's Kyle, so I guess it's Kyle. But Kyle... There was a time where essentially a villain, to get to Kyle, they murdered his girlfriend and stuffed her into the fridge. And he found her in the fridge. And the whole point is like... Essentially, they kill a girlfriend or a important woman in a hero's life just for the sake of drama. So essentially, you've turned that character into a living prop. Like, you could say that about a lot of characters, unfortunately. There's an argument to be made that Gwen is that way with Spider-Man. There's quite a few characters who seemingly exist just to become a piece of drama for a character. Scott brings up Injustice Superman. Absolutely. They put Lois in a fucking fridge. They put all of Metropolis in the fridge. Chaotix with the Metal Men is really good. Or, hear me out, Chaotix with the Doom Patrol. I want Chaotix with the Doom Patrol. I want Chaotix with Elastigirl and Negative Man and Robot Man. That would be awesome. Get Grant Morrison on this. Metal Sonic and Metallo. Oh, I do remember this! I remember who I teamed up Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic needs to team up with Cyborg Superman. Because Cyborg Superman, if anyone doesn't know, Cyborg Superman, I can't remember his name, but he's basically evil Reed Richards. He went to space with his wife, his wife's brother, and his best friend. And they all died. But he came back, and they had to put his brain into a robot body. So he turned himself into Cyborg Superman, because he blames Superman for saving him and none of the others. And he's turned into like one of the most vile, disgusting characters in all of DC. He's the one who killed Green Lantern's city. He's the one that destroys Coast City. Hey, weaponized toy car. But for that reason, I think Metal Sonic and Cyborg Superman need to team up. Yeah, Vanny, they absolutely wrote this as like a weird, like, screw you to the Fantastic Four. Like, it is uncanny. It is the same story as the Fantastic Four, except Reed's arrogance. That's not Cyborg Superman's name, but fuck it. Reed. Cyborg Superman, when he was a scientist, he was so arrogant that he didn't listen to the worries of his family and he killed them all. And instead of admitting that he was wrong, he blamed Superman because Superman should have saved them. I like Cyborg Superman. He's a cool character. Good design, too. Like, if you've ever seen just the Superman that has the Terminator face, that's Cyborg Superman. Fantastic Four, more like Fan Stupid Four. I like that. So this is the variant Amy. I did get Amy twice just because I like Amy and I like Wonder Woman, even though I don't think they should have been paired together, but whatever. They did two Amys. So in the blind bags, this is the normal Amy. It's the Amy that comes in the 2-pack. It's the one that has the cape and is based more on the modern Wonder Woman design. But then you also have this kind of more gold and silver age Amy. To be fair, so Queen Stoj, I know I just made the joke. The Fantastic Four are still my favorite superhero team. I'm not even a Marvel guy. I hate Marvel. I don't hate Marvel. I like DC more, though. But I still think the Fantastic Four are the best superhero team of all time. Okay. What was I thinking about? Yeah, so now we're going to open up these 4.5-inch guys. So these are more like the deluxe figures. Brutaku, I really like Omega and Jason Todd, but I'm going to say Omega and Superboy. Like Omega with Connor, the clone, the one that's like half Superman, half Lex Luthor. I think those two make more sense together. I'm kind of amazed that I was about to say I'm amazed there's not a Pokemon Sonic crossover, and then I realized there's a really good reason as to why you've never seen Sonic and Pikachu in the same room. Superboy Prime. Who would Superboy Prime hang out with in Sonic? You know, Superboy Prime would hang out with, like, Fleetway Sonic. The one that, when he turns into Super Sonic, he tries to murder all his friends. Oh, Cyborg Superman is Hank Henshaw. Okay. I don't remember that being his name, but also I don't remember him having a name that wasn't Cyborg Superman. So Vanny, what happened was Lex Luthor was like, I would be a better Kryptonian than Superman. I'm going to take half my DNA, I'm going to take half his DNA, and I'm going to make a Kryptonian that has his powers, but my brain. And that's the reason why Connor can't fly. It's because he's only half Kryptonian. And usually he doesn't have heat vision, but that depends on the version. But yeah, I actually like it. That's the Superboy that hangs out in... No, Scott, that was Doomsday in Batman v Superman, and it's terrible. They stole the idea for that movie. But in the comics, that's what made Superboy. Or at least that Superboy, because there's like 4 Superboys. There's too many Superboys. In any case, this is the 6-inch collector line. These guys are more like $20. But you can see you get a much bigger figure that has a lot more articulation. And these are all new molds. Like, every one of these had to be a new mold because they've not done the classic characters in this scale yet. They did the Sonic Prime toy line like this, and they did the Sonic 3 toy line like this. But this is the first time we're getting any of the classic characters in this style. And it makes me just wish that they would do any of the classic characters like this. I want Eggman like this. I want a classic Eggman like this, because he would scale perfectly with these guys. But okay. The only figure like this I have is, I used to have some of the Sonic Prime toys, and I sold them just because I didn't really have any connection to those designs. And I have the Movie 3 Shadow. Here, let me grab him. This is literally one of my favorite toys of all time. This is my favorite Sonic toy. It is one of my favorite toys of all time. I love taking photos of him. I love posing him. I love everything about him. Yeah. I love this Shadow. And that's what makes me, like, pretty excited to get these guys. Rebel Warrior, give us... Do I have a gun just sitting around? Let me look in here real quick. Because that's the thing. Because of his massive hands, there's not a lot of guns that can fit and look good. Okay, here. I have this tiny pistol from a Lex Luthor I unboxed. That's way too small. That's way too small. Or, no, it kind of works. It kind of works. Maybe he just has a tiny Derringer. Maybe that's it. He just has a tiny pistol. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm actually into it. What I used to do is I had a version of the G1 Megatron gun mode that came with one of the Starscream reissues, and I used to give him that. But I sold that Starscream, so I don't have that gun anymore. But yeah, literally one of my favorite toys ever. This is one of my absolute favorites. Love this guy. I'm gonna hope that I like these guys too. I'm probably not gonna like them as much as this because it's fucking Shadow. Nothing's ever gonna be as cool as this Shadow was. Like, go back and watch my review. I've had so much fun making that review, and it literally opens with me singing to the Shadow intro. Oh, Anonymous, I sold it just because I didn't really need a G1 Starscream anymore. I just didn't want it. Yeah, no, Shadow is like one of those characters where literally my entire life I've loved him, and I've loved him for different reasons throughout my life. Literally just whenever I'm like hanging out with friends or like I'm feeling down, we will just put on the intro to the Shadow the Hedgehog game. And you know, it's great because some people are going to be laughing, and some people are going to be talking about how cool it is, some people are going to be talking about how dumb it is, but we're all going to be happy. So it's awesome. I like it. I saw someone say who would... Okay, I know who would team up with Mighty and Ray. It would be Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. Because they're very similar in that they're kind of a jokey pair. But they are surprisingly super important to the overall DC story. But okay, let's finally open this guy up. Oh, hey Phobia, how's it going? There we go. And now I just gotta get the plastic, twist ties. Oh wow, this one's gonna be really tough. Look at that. There's not gonna be a lot of room to get to this twist tie that's like going around his sides. Jesus. Oh, there's not going to be a lot of room to get him out of this bubble, period. Shoot, okay. Okay, well, at least that got the ties. Ah, come on, Sonic. Come on, Sonic. Come on, buddy. There we go. Oh, okay. He made it. He made it. Get all the plastic ties off. Okay. What do we got here? A ton of articulation. A ton of articulation. His legs are just a little bit wobbly. I don't know if that might just be my copy. In terms of posability, he has a big ball joint of the head. Good range of motion. And he has a universal shoulder, an upper arm cut. You have a really nice elbow joint. Wow, okay. You have a swivel at the wrist, open up his fingers. He has a nice ab joint, get all kinds of motion. Have a universal down here at the hip and an upper leg cut. Be very careful with that because I've heard that this can snap. And then you have single jointed knee that gives you a ton of motion. And then you have a universal down here in the foot. Okay. I would love a classic Sonic. Like, I want this mold in just the normal Sonic colors. That's what I really want, is I want Jakks to do a deluxe line of just the normal game designs. But this is good. I like this. Anonymous, would Springtrap work? So here's the thing. I don't think Springtrap would work as like a Spider-Man or a Daredevil villain. I'd honestly want to put him in like Constantine, or like maybe even Doctor Strange. Maybe like I feel like he needs to go up against like a paranormal hero because everything about him is so like almost on the level of an eldritch abomination. Like this is an evil man that's murdered countless children to harvest their souls, and now he's trapped in one of his own torture devices. Like that sounds more like Spawn than Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Rhythm Lensman, honestly, if you just really like Sonic or you like the Speedsters, this is a really nice Flash, and this is a $15 two-pack. You're getting a Sonic and a Flash, and this Sonic would be $5 by himself, so really, you're spending $10 to get an amazing Flash. This is a really good Flash. And this Sonic is solid. For $15, this is a great two-pack. Like, $15, this Flash alone, I think, is worth $15. But with the Sonic, this is a great bang for your buck. I'm going to go get the two-pack of Superman and Knuckles, and I'm probably going to get the two-pack of Tails and Cyborg, because I wasn't sure if I would have liked these Justice League guys. It makes me kind of sad that I got this Shadow Batman, because I kind of want the Batman in this style now. So wow, can you guys hear that motorcycle? Jesus. So Brotaku, in the comics they never say, but this is absolutely Barry. Like, this is Barry's costume. He acts a little bit like Wally, but it's Barry. It's absolutely Barry in the comic. Yeah. Can I get this, let's get you into a running pose, buddy. Come on. What's really cool is because of that ab joint in his midsection, you can get him to twist the way you usually do when you run. I need to get like a good flight stand to get him into like a crazy pose, but like you can get him into a good running pose without much trying, really. Well, there's a lot of good articulation to this Sonic. I really, really enjoy him. I think Shadow is still my favorite, but this is good. This is solid. I see it. It definitely feels a lot like Lightning McQueen. But, you know, it is what it is. Alright, that's Sonic. Why don't we just go in chronological order of when he would have collected these friends? So let's do Amy next, and then we'll do Knuckles and Shadow. Brutaku, I think that you're just normal. I think most people prefer Wally to Barry because Barry's kind of a tool, and Wally is great. But what really sucks is Wally kind of has, or rather Barry kind of has the Bumblebee problem, in that, like, every character that's ever been kind of like him has been absorbed into him. So kind of like with Bumblebee, how, like, Cheetor and Hotshot have been, like, absorbed into Bumblebee, Wally and Jay and Bart have all been absorbed into Barry, and it really sucks. Because I feel like Barry doesn't have, like, any defining characteristics anymore, but because he's stolen so much from the other Flashes, it's hard for them to get attention. It really sucks. Rhythm Lensman, you could do that, or like at Walmart, you can get these figures in boxes for like $3. Like they're at the checkout lines. Scott, I've read up until issue 28, I guess. I have fallen off the Skybound book. I thought about making a video, but like, I don't know, Delta's already made a video, a lot of people have already made videos. I'm not really collecting, I'm not really reading the Skybound Transformers books anymore. Jake, are you saying, oh, hey, Doc. Jake, you're collecting all the Astro Trains. Are you going to form your Astro Force? Isn't that what Astro Train called all his trains in Triple Takeover? They were the Astro Force. And then Thrust and Dirge are like, can you believe this jackass getting the Astro Force? Good luck doing anything, you fuck. You stupid fuck. I got a delivery for the real YouTube poop fans. Doc has all the retail Astro Trains. Jake the Train Guy, Dr. Lockdown, has all the Astro Trains. Clearly, everyone except me is just obsessed with getting every Astro Train. I'm just going to get SS86 Astro Train, the best Astro Train. And then you losers can have the rest. You want Siege... You know what? I don't even like Siege Astro Train anymore. I'm going to go take my Siege Astro Train off the shelf, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw that shit into a trash can, because that's what it is. It's garbage. Astro Train, more like Astro Train. Siege Astro Train. Scott Duncan beat me to the joke. But then, you get SS86 Astro Train. That's a great Astro Train. That's the Astro Train I need. SS86 Astro Train is the only good Astro Train. And if you don't agree with me, you're not a real Transformers fan. Sorry, I hate to tell you. I'm actually a doctor. But yeah. So, now we have... Does Amy have any twist ties? She does. It's just only around her feet for some reason. Okay. Scott, I totally agree with you. I also think Earthrise Optimus is better than 86 Optimus. I sold 86 Optimus, and I still have Earthrise, because I think Earthrise is better. Oh, they're also around her arms, I guess. Okay. Come on, Amy. Come on, Amy. You're almost out. Break free. Be free. Is that the same goddamn motorcycle? Jesus, Come on. I finally have Amy out. That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. I hate twist ties, man. They suck. I saw someone ask if they could have my Siege Astro Train. I would give it to you if I could. I've already gotten rid of my Siege Astro Train. Like, this isn't even a bit. I've already sold them. I have not. What is Batman the Owl's Hollow? That sounds cool. Amy's a good feeling figure as well. She doesn't have quite as much articulation as Sonic, but that's more just because of the design than anything else. And also, she has a lot more range in her boots for some reason. Probably just because, again, the design. But yeah. I think Amy really could have used the hammer. I think it would have been nice to get the hammer. But, you know. Here, I'm going to give her, like, a shrug. Like, I don't know what we're doing here. There we go! Amy is just as confused as I am as to why she's hanging out with Wonder Woman and not Superman. Ooh. I would like to see 86 Magnus in the Delta Magnus colors. It's a good shrug. Like, I wasn't even trying, but, like, that's a decent shrug. Like, that's what I'm saying, is these figures are great, and I love them as crossovers, but I think that if they were in the normal, like, designs, these would be some of the best figures of Tails and Sonic and Amy and Shadow and Knuckles ever. Because Jakks hasn't given deluxe figures to the normal designs yet. They've only done deluxe figures for Sonic Prime, and then Sonic 3, and then these guys. Surge or Scourge? Who's the better Reverse Flash? Scourge, because Surge isn't a Sonic clone. Whereas, like, Scourge literally is an evil Sonic from an alternate dimension. I still don't know who I would... You know what? Surge and Livewire. The Superman villain Livewire would be really fun with Surge, because they both have that similar kind of, like, devil may care, anarchy kind of mindset. And they both have, like, very similar punk rock vibes. So I'm going to say I would rather see Surge team up with Livewire. Alright, so now, going from Sonic CD to Sonic 3, boo, it's time to get Knuckles, and he don't chuckle, and also he shouldn't be hanging out with Superman. These two have nothing in common. That said, I do like how they've had to make Knuckles puff out his chest so that he can do the Superman pose a little bit easier. Who would Tangle be? Plastic Man. Tangle and Plastic Man. It works. It works. And if not Plastic Man, I do think Tangle would work better with Harley. Superman chuckles all the time, though. Superman loves to chuckle. He loves laughter and joy. He loves all the things that Knuckles hates. Whisper. Whisper's a bit more tough. No, okay. I think Tangle and Whisper should hang out with Cassandra Cain and Stephanie Brown. Because just like them, Stephanie is like more fun and goofy and likes to joke, whereas Cassie is a little bit more introverted and quiet. And so I think that works well with Whisper and Tangle. Whisper and Huntress? Maybe. Maybe, I could see that. That's pretty good. Control freaking Dave the Intern's really funny. Alternatively, Clue Master from the Batman 2004. Because he's very similar to Dave in that he's a loser and really doesn't count as a supervillain. By the way, guys, we're talking about DC. I actually have a video essay coming out on Sunday where I'm comparing the Riddler and Clue Master from Batman 2004. It is literally one of my favorite videos I've ever made. It's also not Transformers, which makes me think that it's going to fail. It would mean a lot to me if you guys would watch it and like just tell me what you think, because I would like to talk about other things on the channel than just Transformers. Like maybe Batman or Sonic, or DC in general. Because I'm really worried that it might be at a point where I literally can't do... Scott, I say that about a lot of videos, but that's because I honestly think my videos do tend to get better. And also, I'm pretty upfront when I don't think a video is as good. Like, Many Toys of Minerva was not my best work, and I am more than happy to admit that. The Many Toys of Baldi's Basics? They did toys for Baldi's, didn't they? I remember seeing them at Walmart once. Somehow Knuckles has been the easiest to get out so far. Oh, that's actually... He kind of came out of the box in a good pose. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, okay. Here's the thing. Even if I don't like the pairing, this is still nice. Great range in the boots. Good articulation all around. Great feeling Knuckles. Again, it makes me wish that we could just get a deluxe figure of Knuckles. But Knuckles Superman's okay. Let's get him in like a good boxing pose. Here's my question, guys. I know that these are boxing gloves. Do you think the Knuckles are a part of him? Or do you think those are just the gloves? Because I know in Archie they are a part of him, but I really hope that the spikes aren't actually what his hands look like. Okay, you can't really get him into a good boxing pose just because of his proportions. But I can try to get him into like your standard... No, you can't get him into the standard Superman pose because his hands... Knuckles, you're friggin' Knuckles, man. Come on. How do you do anything? Like, if you're Knuckles, how do you do literally anything? Do you remember in Sonic 06 where Sonic throws Knuckles an envelope and he can't catch it because he's wearing the friggin' boxing gloves? How do you live, Knuckles? How do you live and not want to, like... How does he wipe? Especially with the tail? You gotta think, you're gonna need dexterous fingers to wipe around that tail. I don't think you can do it with those gloves. Hey, Mad Prime Productions. I'm real glad you came in right when I started talking about friggin' Knuckles trying to wipe. Alright, that leaves just Spider Dad. We don't even need to get into that. I don't need to think about what he's doing with his chili dog. Vanny, you're right. Maybe Knuckles just smells really bad. Maybe he doesn't. Oh god, imagine like the first time Sonic and Tails meet him, they just start vomiting. That's why they can't beat Sonic, or beat Knuckles the first time they see him in Sonic 3. It's just because they're vomiting at the sheer stench of like dried shit on Knuckles. Oh, okay. Come on, Shadow. So I told you, I'm actually reading this crossover. One of my favorite moments so far is, Shadow is trying to take over Gotham, trying to help protect Gotham while Batman is away. And he fights the Joker. And the Joker tries to hit him with all it takes is one bad day speech, and Shadow just kicks the shit out of him. Like, I'm not being facetious. He literally just kicks Joker in the teeth. And that's the end of the Joker fight, because Joker is not hard to beat. And after so many years where Joker's had so much plot armor, and I've had to hear how Joker is so deep and how Joker is like a reflection of society, I hate Joker. Like, real talk, I hate Joker. I used to think Joker was like a cool villain, and I still like a lot of Joker's stories. But even when a good writer does a good story with Joker, at this point, I don't like him because there's going to be so many freaks and geeks on the internet who are like, Joker is so messed up. Joker is so deep. Joker shows us what we should be like, you know? Because he's right. All it takes is one bad day. When the whole point is that Joker's wrong. Literally, one bad day doesn't work. Because, okay, one bad day. What about Batman? He's had one bad day. In fact, he's had more than one. There's been Barbara being paralyzed, Jason being murdered, his parents dying, and yet he's never taken that step. What about Superman? He's had a pretty bad day, because, I mean, sure, there was Pa Kent dying, and there was also his entire planet blowing up. What about Supergirl? Because at least Superman, at least he was a baby. He doesn't have memories of Krypton. But Supergirl was 18. She was an adult, and she saw that planet blow up. Saw everyone she's ever known or loved be destroyed. She's had the worst day ever. Like, literally, a day so bad that we cannot even begin to fathom it. Because none of us have ever gone through a day where our planet blew up. And yet, Supergirl didn't become like Joker. One bad day. I hate it. I hate it so much. No, okay, Bro Taku, I actually like the Harley Quinn Joker. Like, that's what I'm saying, is like, there's good Joker stuff. But literally the stench of Joker, just like Knuckles with the dried shit on his tail, the stench of Joker and Joker fans have made it to where I don't even want to engage with Joker. Which is why I thought it was so cool when Shadow just fucking kicked him. It was awesome. I loved it. By the way, you want to know who else had a bad day? How about the guy who watched as what was essentially his older sister got gunned down in front of him and then has to deal with the fact that his father figure tried to destroy the planet and used him as the way to do it. Vanny, if you're really hit me with the Jokers just like me, for real, what you're telling me is you need therapy, for real. Like, I just saw the Papa Meat video where they talked about Joker fans, and he said something in there where it's like, you know, if you really relate to the Joker, it's not because you're deep, it means you probably just need to talk to someone. And it's true. Like, yeah, don't idolize the Joker. Be like me and idolize Captain Cold. Because I do, I idolize Captain Cold. And that's why my life is pretty okay. Right. Oh, that's nice. I actually like that they remembered his shoes. Oh, yeah. How you feel? Just a little bit wobbly, but still good articulation. That's actually kind of funny. Because of his spikes, the cape just goes way far out. Robo Warrior, you say that? I don't think Mr. Freeze is the best Batman villain because I don't think he's a villain. And, like, especially nowadays, usually they write Mr. Freeze to be more like a reluctant ally of Batman. Like, my favorite Batman villains are still going to be Poison Ivy and Riddler. Shadow's hips are really stiff. It's hard to get some motion, but it is there. Alright. I like him. I think it would have been cooler with a cloth cape, but at the same time, I got this guy for, like, I think these guys go for $20. And for what you're getting, this is a nice, hefty figure with good articulation. And, like, think about this, right? Marvel Legends are $30, and Star Wars Black Series is $30, and DC Multiverse is $30. Brutaku, I really like Clayface. I'm excited for the Clayface movie. Where's my goddamn electric car, Bruce? That is a good Joker moment. Harley Quinn show has a lot of good Joker in it. I fell off the Harley Quinn show. Like, I think, like, I watched up until season 3, and then when season 4 came out, it wasn't that, like, I disliked it, I just never got around to watching it. I wonder if, like, it's good or not. I'm sure it is. I don't hear anyone talk about it anymore. Batman, Shadow's joints are so stiff that it's actually kind of hard to get him into a pose. I might need to run him under a hairdryer. Can I give him, like, can he cross his arms? Come on, man, just move some of your joints. It feels like I'm going to break this shoulder. It does not want to rotate, Jesus. I finally got it to move. Oh, wow. Literally nothing wants to go. This is kind of disappointing to me, in all honesty. He doesn't feel anywhere near as good as Knuckles or Sonic or Amy. And it's probably just my figure, because this feels more like plastic quality as opposed to, like, the design or anything. Okay, that's not gonna work. Can I just get you to do anything? It's a weird combination where everything's rubbery and yet also stiff. So everything moves, but it doesn't stay. Well, I'm going to tell you this. This is still my favorite Shadow toy. This guy's not even coming close, but whatever. That's the only figure here that I'm disappointed in. Every other figure here is as good or better. I think the biggest surprise was, and honestly, the biggest surprises were the Wonder Woman and the Flash. And honestly, the Amy. Because I thought the Amy is a bit iffy. But no, like, she's really fun. And that's a good shrugging pose. Like, what can I say? If you can do a good shrugging pose, you're a great figure in my book. Get Silver, Green Lantern, and then Catwoman Rouge. I'm gonna need to get a sip of a drink. Yeah, I'm really sorry if I'm, like, making you guys drowsy. I'm sorry. I'm hoping that I'm not, like, boring you guys. It really is just kind of more of a low-key kind of thing. I need to plug my phone up real quick. I would like to do a video essay about, like, the Flashes at some point. It just... There's a part of me that's always worried, what happens if I spend a lot of time on a video essay and then nobody watches it, right? And that's just my fear, because there's a lot of stuff with Sonic, with DC, with Pokemon that I would love to do bigger videos on. But I'm worried that just they wouldn't do all that well. And, like, any time I spend on them is less time that I can spend on Many Toys Of and the Transformers stuff. So I just don't know. Having to grab some of my go-go juice so that I can get something drink. I am dying of thirst right now. Jake, we are probably never going to see a return of the Godzilla movie videos. I don't know. Vanny, I would. I literally don't own a Joker toy. Like, I'm looking for all the DC weirdos I own. I don't own a Joker. And that's the thing, like, I'm seeing a few people say, like, I shouldn't make it feel like a job. I don't see the YouTube stuff as a job, per se. I still really enjoy it. This isn't me saying, like, oh, I can't do it because it wouldn't make me money. It's just a lot more, if I make a video, I want people to be excited and to be happy. And I just don't... If a video only gets 200 views... There's a part of me that thinks, well, I should have spent more time working on this other thing, because that's going to make more people happy. Like, I don't know. I don't have a good way to explain it. But that's why I do these live streams, right? Because, like, these live streams aren't videos, they're just us hanging out, and it's a way for me to talk about some of the stuff that I like. To talk about the DC and the Sonic stuff. Because, like, if I did a video essay, right? Let's take this. Let's take this Riddler and Cluemaster video that's coming out on Sunday, right? It took me about maybe 10 hours altogether to make that. And if that video doesn't do well, I'm okay with it because I'm really happy with that video. Like, I want to watch that video again. I make videos that I want to watch. But there is a part of me that's also come to realize I think I like to make videos even more when I know other people enjoy them and other people like to watch them. So there's always going to be me making videos for, like, DC stuff and Sonic stuff. And they're probably not going to be as frequent, but I'm going to make them because those are the videos I want to see. But they're probably never going to be anywhere near as common as a lot of the Transformers stuff. That's just the reality. And it's not because of, like, views per se. It's a lot more just I want people to be able to know that they can come to the channel on this day, and if they're having a rough time, if they need to pick me up, they can bank on the fact that RonBonDujon has a video out on Monday, or Wednesday, or Friday. And then sometimes I can surprise everybody with a Sunday video. But that's why we always have a news, a rambles, and a Many Toys Of. It's so that there's consistency, and people can bank on the fact that at 4 o'clock on this day, this video comes out. You know? That's just my thinking on it. What a shame. I mean, just ooh. Rebel Warrior, I really like that Beast Wars Grimlock video. That Beast Wars Grimlock video was, like, the moment where I realized I think I want to make videos that aren't just toy reviews or toy things. And I'm hoping to do a lot more of those this year. I have a ton planned for Beast Wars Anniversary. And of course, I just did the 300 years thing, which, by the way, thank you guys so much for watching that Beast Wars 300 year video. That's one I'm happy with. And it blew up for me. Like, I could not believe how much people liked that one. Again, just like this Riddler Cluemaster video, that is a video that I think is one of the best I've ever made. Like, maybe there will be a day where I don't do many toys of every week. Maybe I'll start doing video essays more often. But that's something that I'm going to do maybe down the road. I just don't know quite yet. But here's what I do know. We are out of Sonic things to open. And you know, we've been going for a bit, but not as long as I would have wanted. If only there could have been... Wait, what is this? Oh, thank God. We have a Sonic drawer. Thankfully, like any sane person, I have an entire drawer full of Sonic things to open now that we are done with the DC stuff. We have all of these to go through. So, let me just take a second, get all these out. Gonna get all this shit out the drawer. Well, look, you gotta have your emergency Sonic stash. Are you guys telling me that you don't have Sonic drawers? What do you guys do if you just get done with something early? Don't you have a Sonic drawer? It's bad, too. This is like 3 layers deep. Alright, there's still a few more. Jeez, how many of these did I stuff in here? It's like literally just before the stream. Usually these all stay in the closet until I do the stream to unbox them. But I thought, wouldn't it be funny if I just open up the drawer and these guys were there? There we go. Now we have more Sonic guys to open. So I was talking about this earlier. I think Rhythm Lensman was asking about it. If you go to Walmart, and some Targets, but more Walmarts, there's just these, and it's the Jakks 2.5-inch toys. But they go for like $3. These are the small figures on the front of Walmart checkouts, but they're the Jakks figures. These are like the really well-painted, well-sculpted 2.5-inch guys. And you can see, I got a bunch of them. And I already have a collection of them. So, basically, I just wanted to... I've been grabbing these guys for like a few months now. And I just wanted to go ahead and open them tonight since we're doing the DC guys. And why don't we start with one of my favorite designs ever, Mechasonic. I love Mechasonic. This is one of my favorite designs, favorite characters. Oh, hey, Dead End in the end. This is one of my favorite things in Sonic. I wish they did Mechasonic Mark II. We still don't have a toy Mechasonic Mark II from Sonic 3. But this is Mechasonic. I had the 5-inch version, but I wanted this version because he would better scale with my collection. Yes, Scott. So I wasn't planning on doing this Sonic stream for months. It's literally just if I buy a toy, I hang on to it until I can open it on stream. Because I like to be able to talk to you guys while I do it. Do I like Super Mario Bros. Z? Yeah, I saw the original version. I've not seen any of the remakes. Oh, wow, they wrapped him in parchment paper. Come on. Come on out, buddy. Yay! So, the 2.5-inch guys, I mean, we've already looked at a lot of them. They came with the blind bags. They have a good bout of articulation. You have a ball joint here at the head. Look at that. You get a lot of personality out of that head. And then you have a universal here on the shoulder. You have nothing in the elbow. But there is a... No, that's a universal down here at the hip. And then anything in the knee? Nothing in the knee. Okay. Still really nice looking Mechasonic. Really nice looking Mechasonic with this like beautiful silver throughout. Great looking toy. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know if I prefer Mechasonic or Metal Sonic. I love my favorite. Oh, all right then, Jake. Ooh, wow, I can't talk. But all right then, Jake. You said that you're going to keep listening, but awesome. Who would win a race, Sonic, Flash, or Blur? Blur is not winning. like Blur is never going to be as fast as Sonic or Flash. In the Sonic DC crossover, they imply Sonic is faster, but when you really look at it, Flash is way faster. Like, Flash is way faster than Sonic. But when Ian Flynn writes, Sonic is faster. And I'm not going to complain, because, hey, it was good. Take shower, but who you want to see in new Transformers games? I don't know who I'd want to see in new Transformers games. I just want new Transformers games, period. If you're asking what kind of game I want, I would like a Transformers fighting game. That'd be fun. Oh, you're not going to disappoint me for not watching a video as soon as it drops. It's good. Like, I want to say this, guys. You don't owe me to watch the videos. Don't feel like you have to, like, watch every video where you have to apologize. It's a video. You know, watch it if you want to and when you want to. But, yeah, I hope you enjoy the Heatwave video whenever you get a chance. Ooh, a Mass Effect style Transformers? That'd be pretty cool. Like, anything like Telltale, like the ability to kind of make your own decisions, that'd be cool. How'd this do? Oh, you gotta do it from the side, okay. This is a really... I can't get it to go in. Ah, there we go. Okay, so we got ourselves a Rhinobot. Very cute. He can move his... Look at that. He can move his little ears. It's just one of the random badniks. Are the Rhinobots from Sonic 3? They feel like Sonic 3. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think they're Sonic 3. One of my favorite badnik designs. We got the Buzz Bomber. Come on. Megalon, what is Green Arrow Chili? I actually don't know what that is. Okay, I was right. The Rhinobot is from Sonic 3. The Buzz Bombers. Oh, Rhythm Lensman, I also hope I don't disappoint. But you know what? I think one of these days everyone's going to realize that I'm an absolute hack. And all my videos actually suck. No one's realized it yet, but I feel like it's going to happen soon. Random Onomatopoeia, I've not read Absolute Green Arrow yet. Is it out? Yeah, dead end in the end. Like, I'm not going to tell you how to read the book, but through whatever means you come across it, it's pretty fun. It's a fun book. I like these Buzz Bombers. Where are the Buzz Bombers from? It's not Sonic 06, but they are from a modern game. They might be from, like, Sonic Unleashed or, like, Sonic Colors. Hey, Quacky, how's it going? Yeah, we are just doing a bunch of Sonic. Doing a bunch of Sonic stuff today. Concept art Megatron or G1 Megatron? Are you talking about, like, SS86 Megatron? I'm gonna say SS86 Megatron, just because I don't like the transformation on Concept Series Megatron. I think it's too finicky. No, so I know it's not Sonic Forces. These guys are absolutely in Lost World, because they're in the cutscene where Sonic kicks away the conch shell and the Zeddy take over. So the latest these guys were introduced was Lost World, but I think they're in, like, Sonic Colors, maybe. Okay, so Quacky's outing themselves. If anyone's curious as to why I spent all this money, it is because Quacky Wacky kept going on and on and on about how cool that Sonic Flash was. And I was like, Quacky, please, please don't do this to me. And Quacky literally said, RonBonDujon, I'm going to come to your house. I'm going to beat you up if you don't buy that Sonic Flash. And I was like, Quacky, please don't do that. I have a family. And then Quacky Wacky said, we're going to remake The Punisher. And I don't know what that means, but it sounds really bad. Quacky Wacky is my bully, and this is me asking for help now. Because Quacky Wacky... Who did I just unbox? I'm so busy making shit up about Quacky Wacky that I didn't even remember to say, by the way, guys, I'm opening up the Moto Bug now. What is the Moto Bug from? Moto Bug is from Sonic 2, I think. I don't think Moto Bug was Sonic 1. I think it's Sonic 2. Dead in the end, it's true. You were the first person to ever try the strategy of threatening Ron in order to get a video made. And it worked out pretty well. The issue is a lot of other people have tried since then, so I've had to stop even making the joke. Moto Bug is from Sonic 1. For some reason, I thought they were from Sonic 2. Speaking of Sonic 1, we got Flicky. I'm pretty sure I have all of the animal friends like this. So Absolute Oliver is dead, but they are doing Absolute Green Arrow. Like, that is a series coming out, but I don't think it's out yet. Robo Warrior, do I army build? Not usually, but all these guys were like $2, so I did buy 2 or 3 copies of each Badnik, just because I think I have a really good idea for a Eggman display. If they were the full $5 price tag, I probably wouldn't have. But they're $2 or $3, and I like them, so I bought a couple of each with the Badniks. Random Onomatopoeia, you did. I forgot about that. Is there a Flicky game? This guy's weird. To be fair, the Flickies really don't look or feel like Sonic characters, especially nowadays, but I mean, they're important. These are the little guys that fly out whenever you destroy a Badnik. And like I said, I have all the friends. I have a Pocky. I have a Rocky. I'm pretty sure I have another one here somewhere. No, I only have Pocky, Rocky, and Flicky. I'm missing someone. For the life of me, I don't know who I'm missing, but I am missing someone. Also, they came with a ring. Can't really do anything with the ring, but yeah. Flicky cannot stand up. Oh my god, you're totally right. Rebel Warrior says that Flicky looks like Tweety. That absolutely is like a Wish.com Tweety. Jesus. They can't stand up. No wonder Eggman put them in the friggin' Badnik. They can't even stand up. Really, the Flickies had a game before Sonic? Were they part of like that weird attempt where Sega was like, everyone make a character? Everyone make a character! We need something! Because I know that story of, like, Eggman's design was, like, in the same contest. And he was, like, just a fat dude in pajamas. And they were like, fuck it, that's our villain. That's the only other good design in all this crap you people made. What a weird company Sega is. I kind of love them, but they're weird. Speaking of Eggman, so with Sonic, usually I will get the Sonic cast and the Badniks from the 2.5-inch range. And then I get like the 5-inch tall Big and the 5-inch tall Eggman and the 5-inch tall Chaos. I get the big characters from the 5-inch line and the normal characters in the 2.5-inch line because I think they look good together. But because these guys were so cheap, and because I do like Eggman, I did break my rule, and I got both Classic Eggman and Modern Eggman in the 2.5-inch scale. That's pretty good. Eggman bought Twitter calling it Egg. That's... Elon Musk wishes he could be Eggman, because Eggman actually is as smart as he thinks he is. Alright, so this is Classic Eggman. This is true. Robo Warrior brings up a good point that Classic Eggman, at least in short stretches, can outrun Sonic. Like, if Sonic reaches his top speed, he's faster than Eggman. But Eggman, in a short spout, he can, like, get to his top speed quicker. Look at this. I like this Eggman a lot more than the 5-inch Classic Eggman, just because he's actually round. The 5-inch Classic Eggman, for some reason, is really squared off. But look at this. This is absolutely just a ball. This is a ball that grew arms and legs and decided that he wanted to kill a hedgehog. And that's fine. Good articulation too. Like it's really just head, shoulders, and hips, but it works. It works. Also, I've always thought it was funny that he has Mickey Mouse pants because he has like the two random buttons on either side. Do you think that's intentional? Like, do you think they were like, hey, let's. Because think about this, right? He has the Mickey Mouse colors, because he has the cape that's the same as Mickey's shoe color, and the shirt is the same as Mickey's pants color. Like, is this supposed to be like a weird, like, take that? Like a weird screw you to Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse? I don't know. It's just something I've always thought about. I don't know if it's a thing or not. Boom. We have Modern Tails. This might get some hate. Tails is probably my least favorite out of the core cast of Sonic characters. I don't like him, per se. Which is weird, because I like Sonic, I love Shadow, I love Knuckles, I really like Amy. Eggman is amazing, I love Metal and Mecha. I guess like I'm not super big on Silver, and then I like Rouge. My favorite Sonic game. Blue Productions, my favorite Sonic game is probably Generations, because I grew up with it. But I also really like Sonic Mania. And then I like the Sonic Advance series that was on the DS. I tried playing Sonic 1. Sonic 1 just does not age well, I don't think. It's like playing a game underwater. Sonic 2 is fun, still. Sonic 3 is a really pretty game. I like Sonic 3 a lot. Sonic 4 kind of sucks. I've never played Sonic Adventure 1. I have played Sonic Adventure 2. I think Sonic Adventure 2 has aged pretty roughly. 06 is 06, so we're not going to get into it. Sonic Colors is a ton of fun. I like Sonic Colors a lot. But my favorite is probably still Generations. Lost World, I think, is overhated. Like, Lost World's a fun game. Lost World is a terrible Sonic game, but I think it's a good game. The issue is Lost World is designed like it was a 3D platformer, and Sonic's controls really don't work. Like, it feels like that's a perfect game for any character that isn't Sonic. Like, if it was Kirby Lost World or Mario Lost World, that's what that level design feels more like. Yeah, in any case, I don't like Tails. I don't know where we're going with that. Robo Warrior. Lost World is Mario Galaxy if it wasn't great. Yeah, kind of. Do I like 2D or 3D Sonic better? I think overall I probably like 2D Sonic more, just because I like Sonic 2 and 3, I like Mania, and I enjoyed the Sonic Advance series, I like the Sonic Rush series, and I really like Superstars. I know for some reason nobody likes Superstars except for me. That said, there are good 3D Sonic games. Like Generations is great, even though that's really only half 3D. And then I liked Lost World. Booster Gold would be such a great character to get a show. I would love a Booster Gold show. That'd be really nice. Who did I just open? Tails. I just opened Tails. Yeah, that's the reason why I didn't get the Cyborg Tails 2-pack, is because I didn't want to get a Tails. Whoa. Why is he standing like that? Oh, what a freak. What a freak. Oh, what is this? Why is he standing like that? He's T-posing. Oh, thank you, Mythical Mythic. I think you're pretty cool, too. Mythical Mythic, I wanted to send a comment to you. Send an email to the address under my, channel description. I want to give you the Discord link, since you donated some money to the channel. Thank you so much. What a freak. What is this? He's so unnerving looking, too, like with the big open eyes. And his arms are, like, straight out. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Ron, gay son or stew? Random onomatopoeia. I don't know what that means. Well, someone said like, which Sonic game would I remake? I actually like Lost World's story in theory. I didn't see that we got new Prime stuff. I've not been on TFW today. Well, I don't like stew, so I'm gonna go with the gay son, random onomatopoeia. Oh, who did we get? Who's the new woman Prime? Where were we? I've completely lost what we were talking about. I think Lost World has a lot of good ideas. I like the idea of Eggman and Sonic having to work together. I even like the idea of Eggman kind of overstepping and like getting Tails jealous. And I like the idea of Eggman faking his death for a little bit. But dead end in the end, Wayne Family Adventures daughter, because Wayne Family Adventures is great. I love that series. Or at least I've liked what I've read about it. Are we getting an Alita 1? Are we getting an Alita 1 that's actually the G1 design? We need it. What are we talking about? Which Sonic game would I remake? Let me answer that. Probably Sonic Adventure 2. Because I think so many people have such great memories of Sonic Adventure 2, and Sonic Adventure 2 is so important to the series and has introduced so many characters or helped define so many characters. But then, like, the game is really rough to play, and the English dub is really, really rough, and the audio mixing in that game is terrible. So I would say, like, I would like them to remake Sonic Adventure 2, but it needs to be, like, from the ground up remake. And give it enough time, let Ian Flynn write it, or let, give it the time. Give it the time and the attention. So that, like, Sonic Adventure 2 can be as great as people remember it being. Because people do still hold that game in really high regard, but I don't think it lives up to that high regard necessarily. Yeah. Okay, I didn't catch it, guys. Do not spoil comics in chat. Don't spoil anything about Skybound in the chat. Blue Productions, if there's anything I do with Sonic 4, no Eggman. Don't bring Jim Carrey back. We're done with Eggman. And if we do have Eggman, don't bring back Jim Carrey. Do like the Archie Comics did. And it's like, this is a different, like, robot consciousness, and it's now played by a different actor. I would prefer them to just let Metal Sonic be the villain, though. I don't want to be that Eggman's actually running this. I don't want to do, like, Eggman is, like, pulling the strings. I want the main villain of Sonic 4 to be Neo Metal Sonic, and he has an army of Metal Sonics. Like, that's what I want. And give Neo... Let Metal Sonic, as a character, have the spotlight without having to share it with Eggman. That's what I want. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to go with, like, Eggman's descendant, or if you want, like, you can bring a character like that back and call them Eggman, but not Jim Carrey Eggman. Like, don't bring him back. I think if we're going to bring Eggman back, have it be a different actor and write the character differently. Like, if anything, let's go from, like, classic Eggman to modern Eggman. Let's go from goofy, like, Saturday morning cartoon Eggman, and then go forward to now we have, like, IDW evil Eggman. By the way, we got another Moto bug. Harold, are you having to deal with a cat in heat? Because that is rough. It's really rough. Metal Overlord would be really cool to see in a movie. I want a toy of Metal Overlord. Like a big play set would be cool. Alright, we got another Mudobug. Snively! I was about to say that'd be awesome, but I would rather, if they were going to do Snively, I would have liked them to set up Snively. And also, I don't think Sega would allow it. I don't think Sega would sign off on Snively being the main villain. I don't think Paramount would allow it. Like, no one remembers Snively. I like Snively. Snively's a great villain. But I don't think Snively's the way to go. Who else could you get to be a villain in the Sonic stuff? Like, I mean, you could do, was his name Starline? The duck from IDW? Like, maybe him? I don't know, I'm sticking with just let Metal Sonic be his own villain. Someone just asked a question, I didn't see it. Oh, Stone. I want Agent Stone to keep showing up. I don't want Eggman. I don't want Jim Carrey Eggman to keep showing up. But I do want Stone to keep showing up. Like, I want Stone to just become a friend of the family. And I'll be honest, a lot of this is just because I think Jim Carrey, at this point, he's just taken up more and more screen time in those movies. I feel like we've got enough of him in Sonic 3. Don't bring Jim Carrey back. If we get a new Eggman, make it a different actor and have it be like this is a AI copy that has a new body or whatever, and let that be a more serious Eggman. And keep Stone around. Like, keep Stone around because Stone's great. And if you do have a more evil Eggman that's like has Eggman's memories, that's a great thing that Stone can be a part of. It's like, I can help you. I know how any Dr. Robotnik thinks. No one knew the original Dr. Robotnik like I knew him, and I can help you with this new one. By the way, we're opening the Dark Chow. I didn't even say that. I'm sorry. I'm also really sad they never made a 6-inch figure for Stone. They made a 6-inch figure for Gerald, and they made one for Eggman, but they never made one for Stone. They only made the 2.5-inch figure for Stone. Dark Chow looks really good. That's a good Dark Chow. Look at that. The head is very tight. It's on a swivel, though, and you got universals in the shoulders. Yeah, I like that. Cute little wings and a little devil tail, yeah. I wish they would do, the Knight's Chow. Because, like, the Knight's Chow is such a cool design. But at the same time, I guess we're kind of lucky that they gave us the Golden Chow, the normal Chow, and the Dark Chow. Okay, so what's my opinion on Sonic.exe? I mean, I grew up with it, so I'm always going to have a soft spot for it. I think it's a kind of crappy creepypasta. And also the dude who made it is apparently a fucking creep. So that sucks. But, like, you know, it's fine. I'm always going to like it because when I was 8 years old, I liked it. But I wouldn't go around and say, like, Sonic.exe is high art or anything, you know? I think it's fine, though. I think it is a cool idea when you're young and getting into Sonic, and it's one of those great kind of fandom creations. I just really wish it wasn't made by a total degenerate. That's about it. Sonichu, yeah. So earlier we were talking about a Sonic Pikachu, or a Sonic Pokemon crossover. Thank you, Two Mix Spaghetti. I'm 25. I'm 25 years old. By the way, we're opening another Rhino bot. No. I'm making a joke. It's okay. It happens a lot. I think it's because of the voice. A lot of people hear my voice and assume I'm older. No, dead end in the end. Don't tell me you live in the same city as Chris Chan. So, Robo Warrior, I think the reason it will never happen is because when you look up Sonic crossover Pokemon, what's the first thing that comes up? Oh yeah, fucking Sonichu. That's what I'm saying. It's the Southern drawl. It's the fact that I have a deeper voice and the accent. Like I think if I had like a softer or a lighter voice, it wouldn't be as bad. I think it's the fact that my voice is kind of deeper. Yay! It's another Rhinobot. I like these guys. Good badniks. You know what would be fun is to like just. Christian got out. Christian got out. Thank you, Kristen. You make me feel good. Saying that I look like I'm 20. No! Rhythm Lensman just screaming old at me. This is really funny. It's just a pissed off Sonic. Oh my god, he has a toe tap! Ah, so yeah, I got this just because I thought this was fun. I like the idea of pissed off classic Sonic. That shit's funny to me. He has an articulated toe so that he can toe tap. That's pretty great. Let's get his hands on his hips. That's pretty great. That's pretty great. I like this. Don't leave the game idle for too long. Classic Sonic will just end the game on you. Hey, that's great to make spaghetti. I'm glad that you're able to get active again. I hate that you were sick. That's what I'm saying, Scott. Like, Sonic will just say, screw this, I'm out. Rhythm Lensman. Let me tell you, you think everything is old until you're 25 and you realize that you're 5 years out from turning 30, and then you start panicking because when you're 30, then you're old. And then I'm sure that when you're 30, you're like, no, you're old when you're 40. And then when you're 40, you're going to be like, no, you're old when you're 50. And then when you're 50, you're like, I should just die now. I should just die now. Okay. Got another badnik. This is Neutron. He's Sonic 1. I know for a fact Neutron is Sonic 1. He's hanging out in the trees. Open up the parchment paper. Oh, he's like a... On the box, he's a lot brighter green. This is more like an olive green. I like it. It's still a really cool looking toy. He has articulation at the head, swivel, and swivels at all the arms. Oh, and he has a swivel on the tail, too. That's great. I really like this Neutron. So, Scott, there is a Mighty and a Ray. There's a Mighty and a Ray in the 2.5-inch line and in the 5-inch line. And I had Ray when I moved, but ever since I moved, I can't find him anywhere. So I need to get Ray again, but I have the Mighty. Good Neutron. Yeah, it does kind of look like a fetus, but you know, that's also just what lizards look like. Now we're to another badnik, the Ball Hog. Hey, you want to see my Ball Hog? No idea where he's from. I have no memory of the Ball Hog. But Jesus Christ. Look at him. Oh. What the fuck is that? What is that thing? Okay, yeah, just open them. Oh God, okay. Oh, Scott Duncan, a flesh-colored belly button ring? Yeah, he has like an Audi. Well, okay, look, it's an oven handle, so he opens his tummy up like that, but just with the name Ball Hog and just seeing this sticking out, like, God. Oh, God. I feel uncomfortable touching this one. Look at this one. What does he do? Does he just turn into a ball, or does he, like, control a wrecking ball or something? The Ball Hog. He's pretty good. I like him. Alright. we're going to Pocky. Because, God, okay. Pocky's just a cool rabbit. Nothing weird about Pocky. Come on, Pocky. Alright, there we go. Again, see, like, Pocky is cute. It doesn't really feel like a Sonic thing because, like, this is the same series that has, Cream, the rabbit. And Pocky is also a rabbit. And it's, I know it's like the most overdone joke in the world. It actually does bother me, the idea that in a world there can be anthropomorphic animals and normal animals of the same species. It gives me too many questions. Okay, this guy's from Sonic 1 2. This is Crab Meat. I know he's a Sonic 1 guy. Him and Chopper. They're both Sonic 1, I think. What is Ball Hog from? I was too busy losing my shit to see what you guys were telling me. I'm sorry. Alright, Crab Meat. Let's open you up. Rhythm Lensman, very bold to assume that George Washington or Thomas Jefferson would associate with a person like me. Crab Meat's weird. He has like the Mr. Krabs eyes. Which then again, I guess normal crabs also have those eyes. Oh, that's weird. The eyes are on ball joints, so you can kind of move them. Oh, that's freaky. Okay, Crab Meat, you just go right there. That's the Buzz Bomber. There you go, buddy. So, we've seen too many of the dorky badniks, okay? We've seen Buzz Bomber and his gap teeth. We've seen Crab Meat and his eyes. Neutron's cool. This freak. Let's get to someone cool. This is the 2.5-inch tall modern Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic's always cool. I can't think of a time that I thought I can too. There are a few times where I think Metal Sonic kind of sucks. But they're from times that I think just, like, the story in general sucks. Like, Metal Sonic in the Sonic Boom games, kind of a waste of Metal Sonic. And then was Metal Sonic in Sonic Forces? Was he actually? Oh, my poor guy. I thought he escaped. I thought he got out of that one. Alright. Oh yeah, no. Metal Sonic is in Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. I know for a fact he is, and he sucks in it. What is this pose? Look at this pose of his. That's a real saucy Metal Sonic. I'll tell you that much for free. Or alternatively, he's like Mike from Breaking Bad. He's saying, "Here's what we're gonna do. All right, Walter, put your dick away. We're gonna do this the right way." Like, to be fair, that is Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic absolutely is like Mike from Breaking Bad. He absolutely is the one who would like be telling Eggman like step by step, here's what we're gonna do because it's the only way we get out of this. Great looking Metal Sonic. I think I prefer his classic design, but this is still pretty good. I like it. Now we're gonna go to Espio, one of the Chaotix. Espio's whole thing is that he is a ninja. Nope. Yeah, good looking Espio. Sculpting is nice. Painting is nice. Is it just me, or does it always look like he has like a heart for a tummy? Because he kind of has a heart shape. None of the others do. Everyone else just has an oval. Walter, put your ball hawk away. Mike is the best character in that show. Breaking Bad has a lot of good characters. I like Jesse. I like Saul. But goddamn, Mike is the best character in that show. Rocky. Hey, Rocky. Oh, someone's opened Rocky. So what if Rocky's stolen? What if I just open this up? It's like a piece of shit in here, like a dead cockroach or something. Oh, no, he's fine. He is completely okay. Weaponized toy car, I understand why. Saul's a really fun character. He's horrible. He's a terrible human being, but he's a fun character. Even, I like Skylar. I think Skylar is way overhated. Because all the shit she has to go through, and that actress is so incredible. I kind of go through phases where I either really like Hank or I hate Hank. I think Hank kind of sucks, but he is an interesting character and a great actor. He's a very good... I hate that I don't remember a lot of the actor names in Breaking Bad. And the only actor name I do remember, Bryan Cranston. Walt is not my favorite character. And Walt is not in my favorite characters. Yeah, we're still on Breaking Bad. I just like Breaking Bad. Hey, alright. I'll see you later, Dead in the End. Alright. Chow. Normal Chow. Do. Who is the Mike? Who is the Mike of Breaking Bad? Because we know that Metal Sonic is the Mike of Sonic. So, there was a time in the Archie comics where Eggman was able to roboticize Sonic. And that's where Mecha Sonic 2, that's where that design went in Archie. And then Knuckles mechanized himself to beat Sonic up and save the day. And it was a really cool story. But that's the only time I remember Sonic and Knuckles being, like, turned into badniks. Alright. Modern Eggman. Is Soundwave? No, Soundwave is not the mic of the Decepticons. I feel like Shockwave is the mic of the Decepticons. Like, kind of Marvel and, to some extent, IDW Shockwave. Definitely Cyberverse Shockwave. Like, the Shockwaves that are loyal, but are also, like, still competent. Yep, Eggman's fine. My issue with the Jakks Eggman is, the jacket. You can't get the straight white line down, and if you basically can only do this. You can only, like, do poses that have his arms out like that. Pretty decent Eggman, though. I think I prefer the classic Eggman, but this is a good Eggman. But my favorite Eggman toy of all time doesn't exist yet, because I think they're all kind of iffy. I don't think Eggman's ever had, like, a really good toy. And it's a shame, because he's the second most popular villain in all of video games. I want to get the like, buildable Eggman they just made. The one that's, like, the head and torso, but you put on different arms. That might be, like, the first decent Eggman to ever exist. There's also, like, a video game controller Eggman that looks great, but I don't want it because his hands are out like this because he's a video game controller. It sucks. What I want is just do a good Eggman in that. Oop. Yeah, Metal Sonic's a badnik. Like, literally any of the robots, they're all badniks. Um, I've always wondered, like, where they got the name badnik from. Is it from, like, beatnik? Because, like, that doesn't make sense because beatnik is a term for, like, a hippie. But, like, where else would you have gotten it from? Unless it's, like, Robotnik, Badnik. Is that it? Oh my god, is that it? Robotnik, Robadnik, Badnik? Is that where it comes from? Am I crazy or is that it? Do they call them Badniks anymore? Was that only an Archie thing or, like, in the games are they still called the Badniks? Oh no, it's Modern Knuckles. Hey, Spider Dad. Here. I keep seeing things. Oop. Well, can anyone else think of, like, where badnik comes from? Because badnik is a good term. I like that as a term for, like, these evil robots. It works, but I have no idea where it came from. Well, the egg robos are different. The egg robos are the robots that actually look like Eggman. Like, the hard-boiled heavies were egg robos. Oh, Knuckles has a... He's gonna have a hard time because of how his design is. His dreads are, like, covering up his arms. It's okay, though. Decent looking Knuckles. So, Robo Warrior, canonically, his name is still Ivo Robotnik, but he calls himself Eggman, because essentially, like, Sonic kept calling him that, so he's like, fine, I'm gonna take your nickname, and I'm gonna use it as, like, a badge of honor. But his name is still Ivo Robotnik, and that's canon in both America and Japan. Because in Japan, his grandpa is still called Gerald Robotnik, and he's still, like, identified in some background materials in the Japanese continuity as Ivo Robotnik. It's literally just he's become the mask. Like, over time, he's become more and more of the fake persona he used to put on. It's kind of like, it's basically like we were just talking about Saul Goodman. It's like seeing Saul go from Jimmy McGill to Saul Goodman. Eventually you get lost in that other role. So, I hate to say it, guys. The Sonic drawer is empty. We have no other Sonic toys to open tonight. Except for just one final thing. The Sonic Floor Collection. Now, you see, I know that you guys thought the Sonic drawer was confusing. Surely everyone has a Sonic floor, though. Like, that's not a weird thing, right? This is the thing that everybody has? Let me get all those up. We do have some more 2.5-inch guys, but we also have some of the 5-inch guys down here. It's taken me just a sec to get all of them up. Spider-Dad, to be fair, the reason why I wait to open these all on stream is, one, I like talking to you guys, but two, if I do it on stream, it's a tax write-off. Like, if we're just cards on the table, this is a tax write-off. I got almost all of them up. So, admittedly, the problem with Sonic Drawer and Sonic Floor is it does take a while to get them up onto the table. To make spaghetti, thank you guys for, like, watching the Sonic unboxing. Dude. Like, I'm just having a good time hanging out with you guys. Alright. Dude. I think let's finish unboxing all the 2.5-inch guys, and then we'll get to the 5-inch guys. And we're going to start with Trip, who was the new character from Sonic Superstars, and I'm really glad they made a 2.5-inch toy of her. This is how she appears in most of the game. I don't think there is a toy of her second design yet. There we go. So, Trip. You have universals in the shoulders, universals in the hips, and you have a ball joint in the head and a swivel at the tail. Okay. That's pretty good, Scott Duncan. You're right, I must be tripping. Alright. And then, because the shadow obsession is real, I did get the 2.5-inch tall movie shadow. Ah, come on. Real talk, yeah, he is. He looks like he's just about to come out of the tank. So here he is. As you can see, the movie line is a lot more kind of, I don't want to say realistically proportioned, but like they have different proportions. They're less cartoony in their proportions. Good shadow. And of course, this is just a smaller version of one of my favorite toys of all time. But yeah. Obviously, this is the better shadow, but this is a shadow that you can get for $3. And it is a good one. Knocking people down now. That's fine. We're back to the Badniks with the Buzz Bomber. Doop. Do. Oh, Scott Duncan, I literally told you guys, I got 2 or 3 of each of the Badniks because they were all super cheap and heavily discounted, and I figured why not. Which means I'm pretty sure there's a couple more ball hogs in here. But that said, here is a Badnik that we've not gotten yet, the Chopper. This guy's from Sonic 1. I might be wrong, but I'm 100% sure this guy's from Sonic 1. If you ever just want to, like, sum up the differences between Sonic and Mario, compare the Chopper to the Cheep Cheeps from Mario. Because it's the same idea. It is evil fish. But, like, the Cheep Cheeps are cute, and they only hurt you because, like, they're too dumb to get out of the way. Whereas the Choppers are this. Like, I feel like this sums up the difference between, like, Sonic and Mario universes pretty well, is look at what their fish look like. Got another Neutron. Even Big Bertha, like, sure, they're attacking you, but they're still just a dumb fish. They're just a big dumb fish. Yeah, Robo Warrior, that's Big Bertha. Alright. Another Neutron. Still looks pretty good. I like Neutron. Neutron might low-key be my favorite Badnik. I just like them. We got another Buzz Bomber. You gotta have the Air Force. That is the Buzz Bombers. So, I think the Sonic Snap Cube fan dubs can be really funny. I think the person who plays Eggman is always super funny. Alfred Coleman, is that the name? Wasn't there some drama with the Snap Cube cast? Like, wasn't there some wrongins in there? Or am I crazy? I like this. It's a good one. Wait a minute, can the head swivel? Why are your heads different? They're not. I'm just crazy. It really feels like the head should swivel, but that is not going. Boop. We got another Neutron. These neutrons are going to hide up in the trees, and they're going to, like, just start picking off the Sonic cast. These are, like, the friggin' Vietnam snipers of the Badnik army. There we go, another neutron. Yeah, I like him. And then we got another Rhinobot. Oh, yeah, I don't think Jakks has done a version of that monkey yet. What Badniks haven't they done? They haven't done that one. I don't remember any other Badniks. Oh, they've never done the egg pawns. Like from Sonic Adventure and Shadow. They've never done any of the egg pawns. Brotaku, I don't think there is a chameleon in Beast Wars. If there is a chameleon, it would have been like a Transmetal 2, and it would not have looked like a chameleon. But I don't think there is one. A Gamma would be so good. I would love a Gamma. And if you did Gamma, you could do all the other E-Series robots, like Beta. Another crab mate. Seriously, look at that. Look at how done with everything Amy is getting. That shrug is becoming more and more understandable. It already made sense, but now it just makes more sense. Alright. And, oh wow, another crab meat. You gotta love your crab meats. Yeah, Wonder Woman and Flash, like, admittedly they don't blend in as well, do they? Spider-Dad, it's because I've unboxed 3 neutrons. They're blending in already. You don't even see how many there are. Another crab meat, you know, like right here. And then we have, boop, another chopper. And then, gotta get my ball hog. Gotta get my ball hog, honey. Gotta get my ball hog, honey. What a horrible name for a Badnik. You know, Eggman was like, he dropped that on like a Discord call. He's like, and I'm gonna make one called the ball hog. Look at that. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I got 2 of them. They'll keep each other company. Those. I have 2, which I guess you could say that I have a pair of balls hogs. I hate myself. Motobug save me. Motobug. We got it. We got the Motobug. Ladies and gentlemen, we had the Motobug. We were all waiting on the Motobug. Look at the Motobug. You go, Motobug. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine, like, you just know that Eggman would have, like, a COD lobby that's literally just like Metal Sonic, Mecha Sonic, Sage, and then like 40 Badniks. Oh yeah, there is no Caterkiller, is there? Oh, weird. Rhythm Lensman, I think it would be easier for you to get Ion Storm or whatever the yellow one was. And then it'd be easier to repaint that guy into orange and white. Alright, there's only one last 2.5-inch thing to get. I did get this gift set. Fang was in these boxes, but I really wanted to get his weird-ass motorcycle. And then there's also another Sonic here. Yeah, like I said, there is no Egg Pawns. Like, there's still a bunch of Badniks that we are missing. But at the same time, they've given us a pretty good selection of them, to be fair. So, in this set, you get the sign. That's pretty fun. I like this. That'll be good to like have on the shelf. You also have the... You also have like the power-up box. Like literally, what is this? Is this supposed to be a computer? Because it really looks like a computer. Eggman's just leaving his old Macs around. Oh, come on. Ah. We have a Happy Sonic. So this is like my third classic Sonic, but it's okay because like one has the chili dog, one is the foot tapping, and then this is just normal Sonic. So there we go. And now, come on. Yeah. So for some reason, Fang was the only thing in that entire box to have a tie. Maybe people are just worried that Fang is that valuable. That said, Fang is pretty sick. Look at this. I love Fang. He's one of my favorite of like the Sonic weirdos. He can like tip his hat to you. What does Fang's voice sound like? Have we ever heard it? Because like I like to think that he would have just like a really cartoonish Australian accent. That feels right to me. I kind of wish they had painted his fang a different color. It kind of gets lost in his white muzzle. Oh, no, you're totally right. He should sound like Quick Strike. Oh, no, I really like Fang. Fang's a great-looking character. And, of course, we have his motorcycle here. So you can just sit him down. Oh, that's nice. They actually have, like, a slot for his tail. So they have a slot for the tail, but not enough space for his feet to go down. So he's just kind of... It's less like a vehicle and more like he's lounging on like a pool float. It's fine, though. I like this. I'm going to keep Fang in the vehicle just because, I don't know, it's cute. I think it's funny. He can, like, verbally abuse Trip later. Alright. Still got a couple of 5-inch guys to open. Like, classic Eggman, who is weirdly rectangular. I don't know why. He's not ball. He not ball. What is this? Brotaku, they've never done a Bark and Bean. At least not Jakks. And I don't think Jazzwares did either. I think the only Bark and Bean toys officially was like a... There's like a super rare plush set that made them. But that was like back in the 90s. And I think it was only released in Japan. It was for Sonic the Fighters. Okay, so earlier someone asked me which Sonic game would I remake. Sonic the Fighters. I want a modern Sonic fighting game. That shit would be so cool. Alright, so we have another one of these signs. It is different. Oh, that's weird. So, here. This is like, you can see like a more pixelated Eggman. This is like a cartoony Eggman. Oh, and this one's just Eggman, so there is no Sonic. It's weird. Huh. Okay. And then here is classic Eggman, who is Like, it's hard to describe, but when you're in person, you can see it. He's just weirdly, like, more cuboidal than round in the front. Has head articulation, shoulder, elbow. Elbow is useless. Look at that. Universal at the wrist. Universal at the hip. Knee feels real bad. The knee feels like it's about to tear. Oh, wow. Like, for some reason, a lot of these Jakks molds are starting to get really degraded. That's probably just because how often Jakks is redoing them. They might need to recast these molds eventually. That said, the scaling is great. Look at that. Like, the scaling, the 5-inch Eggman with the 2.5-inch Sonic. That's perfect. That's perfect. That is perfect scaling for Eggman and Sonic, at least the classic ones. Alright. Now then, Eggman, get out of here. Get out of here. Someone who's actually important is about to be unboxed because I have the 35th anniversary Metal Sonic. This is the 5-inch scale. Again, usually I don't get the smaller characters in the 5-inch scale, but I'm going to get any version of Metal Sonic I can, so I did. We got another one of these. Oh, this is the worst one at spinning. All the others could spin pretty well. This one's really stiff. Why are we talking about Eggman stepping on us? What did I just tune into? Alright, Metal Sonic. Come on out, buddy. Okay. We have 5-inch Metal Sonic. I really like classic Metal Sonic as a design. Again, I think I like classic more than I like modern Metal Sonic. We have a swivel at the head. We have a swivel at the shoulder. Have a universal here at the elbow. Swivel at the wrist. Universal at the hip. Universal at the knee. And then a good ball joint in the foot. Good Metal Sonic. Good Metal Sonic. Maybe more like he's reaching out to choke you. Rhythm Lensman, I feel like I've been very positive throughout a lot of this video. If you need me to say like a positive affirmation, okay. I like... What do I like about myself? I can grill a pretty mean burger. I like that about myself. There we go. And now finally, we have Metal Virus Sonic. And this is fine, but really the reason I bought this is because it's the only way to get a Jakks Froggy right now. That Froggy is... essentially, I just want Froggy to go with Big. That's what I want. And to get it, I had to get Metal Virus Sonic, which looks fine. He looks fine. I think it's just his proportions. Like, classic Metal Sonic has a really big head and tiny limbs. There we go. Good Froggy. This is going to be a good Froggy to keep with my Big. I absolutely spent $15. I did take back the hating myself thing. I don't actually hate myself. I make self-deprecating jokes. Oh, so Rebel Warrior Froggy usually doesn't have a tail. He grew a tail in Sonic Adventure, but that's because he was being mutated. But normally he doesn't. He only has that. And then we have Metal Virus Sonic, which, it looks fine. It looks completely fine. It kind of looks like Sonic is just covered in paint. Like, it looks more like he ran into a paint bucket, but, you know. What's up with his knee? Knee feels fine. Okay. To make spaghetti, I'm not trying to upset you, so, like, okay, if we're just gonna be real, like, I'll be honest with you guys, yeah, like, I suffer from depression, and there's been times where things aren't great, and you're absolutely right. If you start to beat up on yourself too much, it leads to bad things. But like, the other reality is just making self-deprecating jokes for me sometimes helps. Instead of having like any potential negativity stuck in my head, sometimes I make a little bit of a joke. And that's just a way of keeping myself happy and healthy. But if I start saying stuff that like worries you guys, let me know, and maybe that's a moment where I need to take a hard look at myself. But no, like if I'm just making like a joke at my own expense, most of the time that's more a way to prevent myself from having those really negative thoughts. Because for me, when I make a joke about it and I'm able to laugh at it, then it's kind of lost its power over me, you know? So like if I'm feeling kind of self-conscious, I might make a joke about something that's making me feel self-conscious, because if you do that and you're in the right headspace, it helps you get some confidence back, and it helps make sure that thing is not going to have power over you. Now, there's a flip side where it becomes super unhealthy to do that. But every so often, I think it does help. It does help. But officially, we are all out of Sonic stuff. We actually are. We have no more Sonic drawers. We have no more Sonic floors. But at the same time, we've unboxed a ton of stuff tonight. We've had a massive amount of Sonic stuff open up tonight. So it's going to be... Show us the ceiling, okay? There. No Sonic ceiling. I was telling you the truth. So, Robo Warrior, I actually do have that Omega. Here, you know what? I'm showing you all these. Why don't we walk over and just look at my Sonic collection as is? Blue Productions, I like the Sonic DC collaboration overall. I think it was a fun comic, and I think the toys overall have been really, really good. I've enjoyed this. So, let's walk over real quick, and we're going to look at my proper Sonic collection. We're going to get away from the review desk. I'm having to step over the mountain of trash that we've made. Oh, Rhythm Lensman, it's all good. You've not upset me. But yeah, we're all good. So here's my Sonic collection as it stands right now. I say as it stands with Silver, Amy, and Sonic just face down. So it's weird. I've kind of, right before I moved, I binged a lot of my Sonic stuff. I got rid of a lot of it just because it wasn't really making me happy. But I kept the stuff that I still really liked. So, like, I still have Movie Eggman and Mephiles. This, like, weird... I don't know what this guy's called. I know he's from Sonic 3, but I kept him because he reminds me of Grounder from the cartoon. This is the Resource... No, it's not. It's not Resource. Who are you? Toy Island, maybe? This is the Sonic Adventure 2 Eggman. It came out in the 90s, and it's still my favorite Eggman toy. Because all the other Eggman toys are garbage. But this one has style. This is Neo Metal Sonic. He's missing his skirt. I took it off just because it was making it hard for him to balance. I want to get him a cloth skirt. There's my classic Metal Sonic. There's an Egg Robo alongside Heavy King and Heavy Gunner. Heavy King is like one of the best Sonic toys they've ever done. That's a great one. Omega, he's great. Classic Tails, Rouge and Sonic, or Rouge and Shadow and Modern Sonic. Big the Cat. Perfect Cell, beloved Sonic character, Perfect Cell. Classic Knuckles, Classic Mighty, Silver and Amy. Vector, 5-inch scale Vector. I had the 5-inch scale Blaze because I really wanted a Blaze. As soon as they make a 2.5-inch Blaze, I'm selling it. Because I want my Sonic characters to be this scale. I like them short. But for now, it's only the 5-inch scale. But yeah, so basically I'm just going to add all the guys that we opened tonight in this collection somewhere. I don't know. If you put Blaze in the background, it's not that distracting. But yeah. If I had to delete one Sonic character from existence, who would it be? I don't know. Because, like, truth be told, it's not like I dislike a lot of Sonic characters. It's the skunk. The Archie Comics character. The one that, the one that creeped on Amy. Not Amy, on Sally. What's his name? St. John. The skunk. That one. Hate him. Get rid of him. That's not Sonic. Those are just my, that's my DC Superpowers villains. And there's my DC Superpowers heroes. These are like my two favorite shelves. These are like my two absolute favorite shelves ever. And like above that, I got a bunch of my Beast Wars guys. Here, I'll show you the Beast Wars stuff. So here's Beast Wars Year 1. I have almost everyone. I need to get the McDonald's Rhino. I need to get Megatron. I need to get Snapper and Tarantulas. And then I have all of Year 1. And these guys are going to be the review show I'm going to start up in June. Here's all my Year 2 stuff. I'm actually only missing a couple of guys from Year 2. Year 3, I'm missing a lot. And then Year 4, missing a lot, but also Year 4 is also kind of the worst year of Beast Wars. A lot of these guys are really rough. That said, Tripredicus Agent is one of the best. Love him. And then here's my Beast Machines guys. I have Beast Machines kind of mixed in with Universe. So I have like Universe Razor Beast and Universe Black Arachnia. But in terms of Beast Machines, I have Universe Tankor back there. And I have the Beast Machines remold of Dinobot 2. Oh, hey, Mom Makes. I have Snarl. Beast Machines Megatron, which is a weird friggin' toy, but I love him. He's great. Silverbolt, who's overhated. McDonald's Rat Trap, who's pretty bad. The Tankor drone and the Thrust drone. Megahorn, who's great. No idea who this guy is called. It's a Dinobot remold. He's good. Savage Noble, who's a freak. He's a freak. Megabolt. I have all three Beast Machines Megatrons. And then we have, what's your name? This guy, I think his name's Night Viper. He's a rattlesnake. He's really good. And Obsidian, one of my favorite Beast Machines toys, right next to Strika, his big wife. And that's Jetstorm. Jetstorm is real rough. He's real rough. But yeah. At some point I'm going to do a collection tour, but like I want to finish my shelves. I do not have an Optimal Optimus. I still need to get him. I do have the Power of the Primes Optimal Optimus, but I want to get a vintage one. These are all my Kingdom Maximals. I like this shelf a lot. This is one of my favorite shelves. Everyone's nice and spaced out, looks great. And then like, here's the Year 1 guys again. Hey, Year 1 guys. And then here is my Kingdom Predacons. I need to get figurizers for these guys because there's just so many. It's really hard to see some of the guys I got. There we go. Someone was asking me if I have any of the Japanese stuff. This is the... I have I have Beast Wars 2 and Beast Wars Neo and Generations guys all kind of mixed in together. This is my Beast Wars Reborn Megatron. I think it's the best toy of Megatron's first body. I have some just random guys from Neo and 2. This character, whose name I always forget, but is the first canonically trans character in Transformers. I forget what his name is. He's great, though. He's really, really cool. He's like a bounty hunter. Megahorn, who's a great repaint of Bone Crusher. Really nice repaint of Iguanus, but I'm mad about it because I bought it thinking it was Iguanus. It is, in fact, not Iguanus. This is from RID01. This is the Spidor repaint. I forget his name, but he's awesome. I love this. And also I got like my reborn Black Arachnia up here. And back there, that is Apache. For a long time, I thought it was Baboon. It's not. It's Apache. So technically, I'm missing Baboon. But Baboon and Apache are basically the same. It's like their blues are very slightly different. Oh, and of course, Megastorm. Hey, Megastorm. Gigastorm, sorry. Hey, Gigastorm. I can't believe I didn't say anything about him earlier. I saw someone mention, like, DC Universe Classics. So this is my DC Universe Classic shelf. There's not a lot of guys, but, you know, I still really enjoy them. Really, really solid shelf. Custom Wonder Woman that I got at a local nerd shop. Also Captain Cold. Hey, Captain Cold. Here's my McFarlane Villain shelf. I'm still working on it. Yeah, that's Giganta. Here's my McFarlane Batman shelf. Still working on it. And my McFarlane Justice League shelf. Still working on it. That's the reason why we've not done a collection videos. I'm still working on it. I'm trying to make sure that my shelves are exactly how I want them. I'll show you this too. Here are my Armada Autobots. Still missing a couple of really important people. Most importantly, I'm missing Hotshot. Still don't have Hotshot, but I'm gonna get him one day. And then walking over here, it's my Armada Decepticons. And I have everyone I want, basically. I have Megatron, got Cyclonus, got Starscream, Sideways, Demolishor, Thrust. I have, yeah, there you are. Wheeljack. Of course, I have some of the Beast Wars guys. Tidal Wave. I don't think I'm missing anyone, right? I have all the show characters. Yeah, I have all the show characters. I'm just missing some repaints. Mon Makes, I did know about that Legion of Superheroes 12-pack. It's awesome. I've never owned it, but it's cool. Here's another DC Universe Classics guy. I have Rocket Red, because I think he looks better with the McFarlane guys. To make spaghetti, they never did toys of the humans, did they? If they made toys of the humans, I would have bought them. I would have absolutely bought Alexis and Rad and Carlos, Fred and Billy. That was his name, Billy. I would have bought all of them. Hey, Cybershark. Yeah, Metron's still thinking about some things. He's still just considering his lot in life. And of course, I guess at this point we're doing like a Captain Cold check. So there's my McFarlane Captain Cold. He's probably the best Captain Cold they've ever made. My DC Universe Classics Captain Cold. Very good Captain Cold. Used to be the best one they ever made. McFarlane Super Friends Captain Cold. He's not great. And then Justice League Unlimited Captain Cold hanging out with my Superpowers villains. Yep. And I actually have a couple of Captain Colds I haven't opened yet. But those are all the Captain Colds on the shelves, at least for right now. Also, I've never seen any of the CW Flash stuff, so I don't know anything about that Captain Cold. You're probably wondering why I have this random, like, bagged toy on my year one shelf. That is under $3. Back in the day, if you went to McDonald's and got a Happy Meal, if your kid was under 3, you would ask for that toy because it was larger and would be more appropriate for them. But because of that, most under 3 toys are really rare. So you look at a lot of the McDonald's Beast Wars guys, I got that one for $3. I got that one for $3. I got Manta Ray, the most famous one, for like $4. Under 3 cost me nearly $40. And I had a thought that I was going to open it up. But the fact that this is an under 3 that was never opened, I just don't think I'm going to. No, I still need Rhino. I'm missing Rhino. Rhino's the only one of the Happy Meal Beast Wars guys from year one that I'm missing. Everyone else I got. But under 3 is Under 3 is great. I think I'm going to get a second under 3 so I can do a review. But I can't bring myself to open this under 3. Like, under 3 is so rare by Happy Meal standards. And the idea that this is a bagged under 3 in great condition and the bag hasn't yellowed at all, I cannot, in good conscience, open this under 3. And I'm not like a mint in box collector. It's just there's so much at play here as to why that under 3 should not look as good as it does. And being like a Beast Wars freak like I am, I can't open it. I just can't. I do have another Happy Meal though. That's take a guess who that's supposed to be. That's Happy Meal Dinobot. Great job. By the way, one of my grails, I just got Beast Wars Grimlock the other day, and I will never touch him ever because he might shatter, but oh my god, I actually have him. It makes me really happy. Also, Laserbeak. I don't know why, I just really like Laserbeak. He's cool. Everyone else, I don't know, a lot of year 2 guys are cool. Like, I love Transketo. Bone Crusher's cool, but I think Megahorn is better. That's just cooler to me. Grimlock's amazing. Air Razor's one of the best toys they ever did. But then you get some guys like Drill Bit and Power Pinch. Even like Prowl and Ironhide. They're kind of boring. Magnaboss is off. Not Magnaboss. Tripredicus. Tripredicus is great. Tripredicus is like one of the designers ever. Wonderful toy. One of the best. Cybershark's really good too. Oh, Manterror. Manterror is like a top 10 all-time great Beast Wars toy. What are we talking about? But yeah. Got Tarantulas. Tarantulas looks so good. I still need to get a Metals Megatron. Like, out of everything, when it comes to Beast Wars, if I could just have one thing right now, I wish I could find Metals Megatron. I need to get the rest of the year 1 guys by June. Because here's my plan, right? Here is my plan. In June, we're going to start up a show called Back to the Beast Wars. And I'm going to review each and every one of the Beast Wars toys from year 1. And that's going to be part of the celebration for the 30th anniversary of Beast Wars. So we're going to start right here at the beginning. This is going to be the first video. It's going to be the Optimus Primal Megatron 2-pack. And the final video we do is going to be the Ultra Optimus Primal. But we're going to go in release order. And every week there's going to be another toy review to cover these guys. So the only ones I need... Is Manta a woman? Is Manta one of the 3 girls in Beast Wars? Alright, sick. Hell yeah. I have heard about the multi-packs. I'm glad, because a lot of people want multi-packs. I'm just happy that there's anything. I wish there was an actual, like, proper celebration, but just anything to acknowledge Beast Wars 30th, I'll take it at this point. But the only guys I need for this shelf and for those videos is I'm going to need to get Megatron and Snapper and Iguanus and Tarantulas. Once I have them, I'll have all of the year 1 Beast Wars guys, and I'll be able to do a review. I did think about getting Onyx Primal, but Onyx Primal is just a repaint of Bat Primal, and he was a BotCon exclusive, so I don't think he counts. I'm going to count the McDonald's guys, just because that is technically a mass retail release. It's... I don't know. Like, for one thing, Optimus Primal is super expensive, or Onyx Primal is. He's like $150 to $200 easily. But it's also like, if I talk about Primal, I'm going to have to talk about the bad shit with Onyx Primal. Like, for instance, the absolutely racist stuff about Primal. And just, I don't want to talk about that. When I'm making a video series talking about the 30th anniversary of Beast Wars, I don't want to talk about how a couple of jackasses running the BotCon convention did some dumb shit. Oh yeah, my Polar Claw's in great condition. Really, really happy with him. Mon, absolutely. A couple of the Beast Wars McDonald's designs were first, and a few of them were kind of inspired into actual figures down the line. That is why Manta Ray looks so similar to Bat Primal is essentially, think of Manta Ray as like version 1.0 of Bat Primal's eventual figure. And then Bat Primal is really similar to Air Razor. It just kind of keeps going. And then eventually they're very similar to Sonar. Every year there was someone, Airhammer 2, every year there was someone who had a really similar transformation. It goes Manta Ray to Bat Primal to Air Razor to Airhammer to Sonar. Huh. Never noticed that before. Every year. Every year it's got a little bit more refined, I guess. Oh no. Oh yeah. And then also, I'm really sad that we never got like we got Snapper. But I would have liked a deluxe turtle. Cause like I feel like Snapper is fine. But like I would have liked a deluxe like tortoise. Because I think there's so many cool things you could have done with like a turtle. Yeah. I'm glad you're liking it, Spider Dad. But yeah. Oh no. I'm pretty happy right now. There's not many things I still really want. And I'm not someone who's ever been like collecting super expensive stuff. I want to finish my Beast Wars collection. I'm pretty close to that. I only need like 15 more figures to finish my Beast Wars collection. That's going to be pretty cool. That's really the only Transformer stuff I'm doing anymore is I want to finish my Beast Wars collection. I want to pick up a couple more Sonic things. I want to pick up some more DC stuff. But truth be told, most of my collections are kind of done. I don't really need any more Pokemon things unless they just happen to make a nice figure of one of my favorites. I don't need any more Star Wars guys. I'm real happy with the Star Wars figures I have. Don't need any more Mario figures. Don't need any more Marvel figures. Generations, I'll pick up toys that I'm interested in, but I don't collect Generations as much as I used to. Like, I think last year I might have grabbed maybe 10 Generations toys. Mom makes, I'm not going to forget. As soon as we're done with this, I'm going to get you set up. I'm definitely excited for the NECA Muppets. I would buy some NECA Muppets, and then maybe get some Palisades guys to go with them, because I don't think NECA is going to do like some of my more niche favorites. I'd probably go and get the Palisades Uncle Deadly. I'd get the Palisades Link Hogthrob. I don't think there's any other like super rare guys that are niche Muppet characters that I like and just dying for a toy of. I think it really is like just Link and Uncle Deadly. Everyone else that I like, I think, is popular enough to get a NECA figure. Like, NECA's definitely going to do the Electric Mayhem, so I'm definitely going to get Floyd from that. But yeah. I still have a couple of Master of the Universe Classics guys. I still have my Filmation Skeletor, and I have Battleground Evil Lyn. Mostly because Skeletor and Evil Lyn and Hordak are the only three Masters characters I care about. I like them. And then they just hang it on my DC shelf. Spider Dad, are you about to tell me that Wreck-Gar doesn't like the Muppets? Wreck-Gar, out of all the Transformers, if there was a Transformer who I am convinced is obsessed with the Muppets, it would probably be Wreck-Gar. It would be him and Brainstorm. And I have no reason to think that, but Brainstorm feels like he would really like the Muppets. Yeah, I mean, that's what's so tough about collecting Motu Classics now, is just that subscription service. All those toys are really limited in terms of their release. But yeah, I think we're just about to come to a close. We have been going for 169 minutes. That means that we've been going for nearly 2 hours and 40 minutes. Wow. Okay.
thank you guys for watching. Batman versus Man at Arms. That's a good duo. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I remember I did a video about like Transformers He-Man character crossovers I wanted to see, and the one I'm most proud of is still She-Ra Rodimus. Like, I think that's the one that makes the most sense to me is She-Ra and Rodimus. Because they're so similar. They're both like the second generation of the series. And they both, like, She-Ra has confidence, but not necessarily political power. Rodimus has the political power, but not necessarily the confidence. And they're both the chosen one. They're both the leaders of the good guy armies. I just really like Rodimus and She-Ra. I feel like that makes sense in the same way like Rouge and Catwoman makes sense, or Flash and Sonic makes sense. Not so much Knuckles Superman. That one doesn't make sense, but you know, it's what we did. We can't put Knuckles with a girl. Boys can't talk to girls, that's gay. Oh, whatever. Yeah, we have unboxed a whole lot of Sonic toys tonight. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put them on the shelves. So that's probably gonna be a little bit of my mission for the next day or two, is just getting these guys on the shelves. But thank you all so much for watching. This has been just an absolute blast. It's always so much fun to talk about. Just to talk to you guys about random things. Oh yeah, I got Mechasonic. I wanted to do Mechasonic Mark II. That's my favorite of the designs, but this is good. I think I like this design more than Metal Sonic. I like the Metal Sonic as a character more because he is a character. But I think design-wise, I like Mechasonic a lot more. This is good. But alright. I think I'm going to call it here for tonight, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. We're going to probably do another live stream pretty soon. And when I say pretty soon, I mean probably within the next couple of nights, but I'm not sure when. In any case, I'm trying to think, like, what's the big things? I'm doing the DC video on Sunday. That's going to be comparing Riddler and Cluemaster. But other than that, we're just kind of hanging out. I'll make sure to let everyone know if I do another live stream. But thank you guys for coming in and showing up. And we will see what we get up to next time. If I can have the stream.